We talked about it last time we were here at home against Keystone. Warriors lost a key piece in their defense in Joey Rivatuso. He is out here again today, as we saw during the Senior Day festivities. It's a huge loss. Look for Welch to step up and fill that leadership role.
Pistol look here for the Riverhawks. 3 wide receivers, bottom of the formation left. On second down, Ehrlich, his first pass of the game, is completed on a diving attempt on the far side just across midfield. Garrett Carter pulling it in for a first down.
Carter did a really nice job to make sure he got his hands down under the ball, able to trap it there, not let it hit the turf, bring it in for the first down for the Riverhawks.
Carter, a senior, also listed as a linebacker out of Bloomsburg, PA, a Central Columbia grad out of District 4. Ehrlich going to swing it near side. He's got his man up across the 45, the 40, 35 near side, cuts it back in at the 30 and gets belted along the sideline as Kyle Howes gets his first catch of the night. And it's another first down for the Riverhawks.
And the Riverhawks had Chris Booker out on the outside route, just running to go. As soon as that was caught, he took his defender about 20 yards downfield, lead blocking. And that's something we're going to see a lot from the Susquehanna. It's not going to be these big plays that are going to beat you. It's getting quick, easy completions at a high percentage and then setting up the blocking in the secondary to turn a 10, 15-yard reception into a 20, 30-yard gain.
Howes, the leading receiver in the Landmark Conference, coming into play. 866 yards. He's in the slot near side. Sidecar right. Ehrlich got to hand it off to Lamont. Bounces off of one tackle. Near side 20, inside the 15 and out of bounds. Rashawn Lamont in his first year with the Riverhawks, over 1,000 yards coming into play. And has a nice carry there to set it up. First down at the 12.
That was really set up by the front five there for Susquehanna as well. Good run blocking on that one. Didn't overcommit, didn't try to do too much, just tied up the Lyco for just enough to create the gap and get the opening there. And really, the running back didn't have to make any kind of special moves on that either, just able to plant his foot, hit the edge, and go.
Susquehanna averaging 257 yards on the ground here, leading the Landmark Conference. Top offense in the conference. As Ehrlich, little play action near side. He's got his man, but make that Carter. Actually, take that back. It was Howes. Had it in his hands, but couldn't survive the ground. And it goes incomplete. Kyle Howes, 3 receptions for 96 yards and a score against Moravian last week.
Samori in coverage there for the Warriors did a very nice job. He got boxed out, make sure he gets his hand in just enough to break up that pass.
Kyle Howes, 1 receiving touchdown in every game this season, including 3 multi-score games. Pistol look, trips bunch to the near side for the Riverhawks. They'll go to a reverse. It's got to be Howes. He's going to throw it towards the end zone. It's a little short, and they're going to say incomplete. Howes had a man open in the end zone as they went to the bag of tricks. But the pass just didn't get there, and it's going to bring up third down.
Yeah, I mean, great play call there. Lyco did a nice job in the secondary staying at home after the first handoff. They were not ready at all for that second handoff, and everybody bit on it being a run play.
Chris Buchter was the receiver in the end zone that was targeted, but couldn't keep it off the turf. Crowd here trying to get things wound up on the first money down to the drive for this Lyco defense. Third down and 10, ball on the Lyco 12. Trips bunch right side, men in motion right to left, to sidecar right. Ehrlich hands it off to Lamont. He's got room up the middle, spins inside the 5, and then gets hit by a slew of Warrior defenders, but that actually aided Lamont as he's down to the 1, but picks up a first down on a pickup of about 11 yards.
And this is something we're going to see out of Lamont here today quite a bit, is those quick spin moves. Lyco's got to be quick to get him wrapped up, not let him spin out, because the second he does, he's gone.
Riverhawks quickly to the line of scrimmage. Ehrlich was at the under center, but Susquehanna got to call a timeout. Their first timeout of the first half. It comes with 12:06 to play here in the first quarter. But kind of interesting. It looked like they just wanted to try to get Lyco out of position, go hurry up, but kind of caught themselves off guard.
Yeah, I'm surprised to see them not at least take a shot at that. They did have Lyco scrambling. Obviously, the coaching staff seeing something in that Susquehanna front 5. I would assume linemen not in position correctly or something there. And hey, if you're number 6 in the country, your coaching staff's going to be smart to pick up on something like that, and you don't want to make a mistake here and risk a dumb turnover, bad snap, fumbles when you're this close to scoring and taking an early lead in this game.
Yeah, Susquehanna, they've already wrapped up the conference here in 2024. But, you may think, well, they may pull back here, the junk of it's Week 18 in the NFL. Well, they still have an opportunity. It's not locked up to host a game next week in the tournament. So they can't lay an egg. They can't afford to have any type of setbacks here in the final game of the regular season.
No, and you're in a situation for Susquehanna, too, where the voters aren't seeing every game you play. So this might be the one time you have a chance to put on a show for a voter. You got to go out there and play every down.
They're looking the shotgun. Sends a man in motion, handoff on a draw, and into the end zone on the 1-yard touchdown run. Rashawn Lamons. And it's a early 6-0 lead for the Riverhawks.
Hunter Shimko, the right tackle there for Susquehanna, literally just grabbed half the Lyco defense on that and shoved his way into the end zone, created a massive hole to walk in on.
13th rushing touchdown of the season for Lamons. Yet having himself a great first year in college football, over 1,000 yards, as I mentioned. Now 13 rushing touchdowns. Has the extra point, plenty of height, and it is good. At 12:02 to play here in the first quarter. Susquehanna leading 7-0 over Lyco. We're back with the ensuing kickoff. Dominic Bourgeois getting ready to kick it away for the Riverhawks after Rashawn Lamons caps off the opening drive for a Riverhawks touchdown. 1-yard touchdown run, making it 7-0. Wind, well, showing its effect already, blowing the ball off the tee. So we'll see if Bourgeois has a holder for this kickoff attempt, but kicking into the wind on this. So we'll see that true effect the wind's going to have here on this kickoff.
Yeah, Bourgeois in pregame warmups was kicking this direction. You could tell he wasn't getting the distance he expected off his kicks. He was getting about 45, 50 yards on him. You expect to see close to 60 with him.
And Bourgeois averaging 61 yards a kickoff, and now they're going to have somebody come over and hold it. Looks like number 20, Josh Parson, will come over and hold. You always wonder, on kickoff coverages, it's all about staying in your lanes. When you got a holder, it almost opens up a lane, or makes one guy on the end a little more responsible for a little more space. See if Lyco, who can be dangerous on returns, takes advantage. They're going to kick away from where that gap is, fielded about the 11-yard line. Quickly across the 20, and a heavy hit around the 25-yard line. Jared Zimmerman on the return for Lyco. And the Warriors will bring out the offense. 1st and 10 starting from their own 25-yard line.
Matt Search laying the lumber there for Susquehanna, and kind of unusual to see even on kick returns. We know everybody out there can hit. A sophomore running back making a hit like that, and might be done. Coach said, hey, maybe we look at moving this guy over to the defensive side of the ball if he's going to be laying hits in like that.
Anybody who wants to stick their nose in there in special teams, that's where their jobs are earned. Yeah, especially the NFL, as Terrence Oliver gets his first carry, and there's pressure in the backfield almost immediately. Oliver going to lose a yard on first down. It'll be 2nd down and 11 coming up.
Jake Schulte is the first one there from the defensive line for Susquehanna. I mean, Susquehanna's entire front seven just exploded through the Lyco offensive line, almost like they weren't even there.
Oliver closing in on 1,000 yards. Held at 53 yards in the loss to Moravian last week. Needs 41 yards to get to 1,000 yards. They go right back to Oliver. A little bit of positive yardage. Pickup of about 2 on 2nd down.
Oliver, the ball carrier.
Oliver tried to become the first 1,000-yard rusher in a single season for Lyco since 2015 when Blake Bowman was able to accomplish the feat. But as a sophomore, Oliver He's climbing some of these leaderboards when it comes to rushing. All time here at Lyco. It's been a lot of fun to watch each of the last 2 seasons. But 3rd down and 9. Ball on the Lyco 26-yard line. Will Fish getting the start today. Fires far side. He's got his man and getting a first down. Billy Kopic, senior out of Archbishop Carroll, has his first catch. It. The run after the catch got the first down.
Yeah, and that's also going to trigger a milestone here, as we've been talking about, for the senior Will Fish. That completion puts him over 2,600 yards in his career, just the 14th Warrior to do it. And that's a questionable spot from the officials. They're not going to give the Warriors the first time.
Yeah, they're going to say he's about a half a yard, 3/4 of a yard short of that first down. And it'll be the punting unit. And the punter, Michael Sips, coming out to punt it away here on Lyco's first possession. Yeah, it's one of the top defenses in Division III football. Not going to try to go for it. As this knuckling punt, aided by the wind, bounces at the Susquehanna 30, but it takes a Susquehanna roll back up to about the 34-yard line, where it gets down by the Warriors punt coverage unit. And for Susquehanna, leading 7-0, they're going to bring the offense back out on the field with 10-12 to play in the first.
Yeah, Jacob Schiermeyer almost had to go into a full sprint to get back to that one. I don't think anybody from Lyco was expecting that much backspin on the ball when it came down. But, I mean, now you're putting a lot of pressure here on the Lyco defense. We know, we've seen multiple times this year, they can stand up to the pressure, but you can't go down to the number 6 team in the nation by 2 scores this early into the ball game and have an expectation of staying in it.
Yeah, Lyco, they've got the best pass defense in terms of yardage per game allowed in the conference, but they have given up their fair share on the ground. Rashawn Lamont, a couple of cut steps inside the line of scrimmage, surges forward, picks up about 3 yards. And that's going to be, the difference maker, and kind of just, the separation of these 2 teams. Lyco, they don't necessarily win the battle at the line of scrimmage. They're either losing yards or, getting stalemates. Susquehanna, their backs find a way to get positive yardage, even if there is some, they lose the battle at the line of scrimmage. So 2nd down and 7. Shotgun set, 3 to the top of the formation right. Here comes pressure. Marshall from the backside. Gets there late, but an open receiver on the far side sideline. And that's Kyle Howells across midfield to the Lyco 48, and another first down.
Yeah, Lyco sending that pressure from the outside ended up sitting in almost a 2-deep flat there. And unfortunately, that just left the lane wide open for Howell just to slip in behind the zone, and there was plenty of green there to slide through.
Howell's over 2,500 career receiving yards, 31 receiving touchdowns in his time at Susquehanna University. Top receiver in the conference, has had his name called numerous times here this afternoon already. Pressure coming up the middle. Ehrlich has to step up. A flag flies. Ehrlich dropped in the backfield, a loss of 1, and it's the senior Jake Welch that was able to get him around the ankles and bring him down.
Initial signal looks like a potentially chop block being called here against Susquehanna.
Should make that sack even more impressive. And you're right. Chop block against the Riverhawks. 15-yard penalty. We'll move them back in their own territory. Much to the applause of the home crowd. It'll be 1st and 25.
Probably the only person not overly celebrating that right now is Jake Wells, because he just lost his sack on CJ. He's got to go out and get himself another one now.
Well, I mean, you can get that. You got one. You can go get that second one. See if Lyco brings a little more pressure here on 1st and 25. It was nice to see that, just that front 3 able to make a difference. Handoff goes to Lamont, and nothing doing. Able to get maybe a yard and a half on it. 1st and 25. It'll be 2nd and 23. But Lyco's front 3 in some stalemates, allowing that second level to come in and make the play.
Yeah, Stephen Goodman, the first one to get through the line there as well. And that's something that Lyco's really excelled with this year on defense, is the front 3, front 4, being able to control the line of scrimmage and get into the backfield. The issue Lyco has is when the backs have been getting to the outsides.
2 wide receivers stacked up with the formation right. Rashawn Lamont, sidecar right, of Ehrlich. Shotgun, here comes the pressure from Lyco. Ehrlich able to escape the pocket. He's got a lot of green to the right side, and he's going to get pushed out of bounds right around the original line of scrimmage. And Ehrlich took a nasty spill, actually took out one of his teammates, who's hobbled on the far sideline. So looks like number 7, Stephen Williams III, got rolled up on there on the far sideline for Susquehanna. Big pickup, but still 3rd down and 11. Big part in 2 to the personal foul chop block on the first play of this drive. Well, first play after first down.
Lyco's defense making some adjustments here with no receivers on that far side.
Man in motion out of the backfield, maybe trying to set up the screen. Ehrlich going to the sideline. He's got a man wide open at the 30, up to the 20, the 15, inside the 10. A stiff arm, juking inside, and finally getting brought down around the 2-yard line is Nick Harris. Make that to Hunter Morgenroth, the junior wide receiver out of Whippany Park in New Jersey. Just left wide open near side.
Yeah, as you see now on the replay, Jeremiah Cooper from his will linebacker position kind of got left on an island by himself. He had a receiver in front of him uncovered, a receiver behind him uncovered. Whichever one he commits to, the ball's going to go to the other one. He just had to hope he guessed right. Unfortunately for Lyco, 50-50 shot, didn't work out.
So 1st and goal for the Riverhawks. Ball at the 1-yard line. Rashawn Lamons to the right of Ehrlich. Lamons already with 1 rushing touchdown here this afternoon. They're going to pitch it inside to Howes. Howes off the right end into the end zone. And Ehrlich was on the turf after the play. A flag does fly. And boy, I'm surprised Ehrlich didn't get picked up for taunting after that play was over. But either way, I think they're probably going to either decline the penalty. And Coach Clark right now giving it to one of the officials here near side. But at the same time, I think it was Trollinger, Matt Trollinger, number 33, who's going to be the guilty party on the play for Lyco.
That sounds good. After the play, personal foul, necessary roughness. Number 33 on the defense, that'll be assessed on the kickoff.
So here our official tonight. That 15-yard penalty will be assessed on the kickoff. Trollinger with his first personal foul of the afternoon for Howes. I believe that goes as a catch, as a forward toss. So a touchdown reception. He's had a touchdown reception in all 10 games now for the Riverhawks. As the extra point is good. 6:22 to play. Here are the first. The Riverhawks leading 14-0 over the Lycoming College Warriors. Here are the home of Warrior football. With the personal foul going against Matt Trollinger and Lycoming College. Kickoff going to be from the 50-yard line. So, again, the ball getting blown off the tee.
I just want to point out, the wind died down until Susquehanna was kicking again.
That is true. You can hear it coming through the auxiliary mics. That wind really whipping here at Williamsport this afternoon, but hasn't had an effect outside of knocking the ball off the tee on kickoffs. They're going to try again to see if they can go. And, well, I think at this point, might as well just have...
start with the holder.
Just start with the holder. I agree.
At least go in this direction.
Going to hear from the crowd as well, but applaud the effort. Let's see what we can do. But, I mean, with the leg of Bourgeois, I don't expect there to be a return on this to begin with.
No, I think the only person who has a shot at catching this one right now is the white hat standing back out of the end zone.
This is as a kicker. You're trying to split the uprights. That is a line drive down the middle of the field. Takes a couple hops, fielded around the 4-yard line. Return up across the 20-yard line. Now getting stacked up and continuing to move that pile up across the 25 to the 27-yard line. Great second effort at the end of that return for Lycoming College. Now, I believe it was Tyler Marshall, number 28, who's been one of the top return men in the Landmark Conference all season long. And had a nice job there, especially there at the end of the run.
Yeah, it's not really a surprise, though, to see that out of Marshall. I mean, that's something we've seen all year long is on kick returns, his hard running. I mean, this is a guy, if it wasn't for one tiny misstep, he could be 3, 4, 5 kick return touchdowns this year. It's always just something little gets him when he gets those openings, but we've seen him pull piles, move out of piles that he shouldn't get out of, and go.
So 1st and 10 for Lycoming. Pistol look. Will Fish getting the start with Huber getting hurt last week. Fish looking to throw on 1st down. He wants to go to DeBeebe in double coverage, and a ton of contact brings the flag in coverage. Andrew Wells, and he just had that right hand underneath DeBeebe's shoulder pad and pushing him while the ball was in the air. An easy pass interference call.
Yeah, Wells, he threw up his hands looking at the official like, what'd I do? Well, you had to take your hand off the receiver to be able to throw it up.
And again, with that ball, it had some wind aid at its tail, but still a little underthrown. But with that hand on that shoulder pad pushing him forward, it hindered his ability to try to come back and make a play on that football, so an easy pass interference call. 1st and 10, moving the football up to the 42-yard line. Shotgun set. Fish directing, moving a tight end from the right to the left. 2 wide receivers each side of the formation. Zimmerman in motion. They fake the sweep. They hand off to Oliver, and he is planted back at the 39-yard line. A loss of about 3 on that 1st down play.
Shaden Quay's just exploding through that line. I mean, he came through untouched. There was nothing that Oliver was going to be able to do. I mean, he's lucky he had time to hold on to the football and take it to the turf with him. He got hit so quick. Oliver
again held to a season-low 53 yards last week against Moravian. Showed a little frustration here near side as he came to the sideline. And I think he's heading over to the trainer's table, to be honest, kind of favoring that right hip. Kasim Benson, also a sophomore running back for the Warriors, sidecar left. He'll take his first touch, tries to angle near side, goes backwards, and again gets tripped up. Shane Quash, the senior linebacker out of Ocean City, New Jersey, just an absolute destructive force on the last 2 plays for this Riverhawk defense.
And that's something with the speed that Susquehanna has, especially on the outsides. Lyco is not going to have the opportunity to try to get to the sideline. Everything's going to have to go up in the middle and look for your offensive line to create a hole. You're not going to find anything on the outside, as we just saw.
Lyco's lost 10 yards on their last 2 plays. 2nd down and 3rd down and 20. They go to a slip screen underneath. It's going to get up to about the 38-yard line. Pickup of about 6 to Zimmerman. But it'll be 4th down and long. If for Lyco on their second possession, they're going to send the punting unit out for the 2nd time.
Yeah, Fish had to rush that throw. It didn't give it the time to set up the blocks, but if Fish didn't rush the throw, I think he's getting sacked in the backfield anyway. So it was the right decision to get rid of it quick, but wasn't going to let anything develop.
Snap a little wobbly, but got back. Sip, spiraling punt. Angled near side. It's going to take a Lyco bounce. Fielded inside the 15, and a heavy hit by the coverage unit for Lycoming College. Number 25 coming through with a strong play. Jacob Schiermeyer, the senior out of East Pennsboro, laying the heavy hit.
Schiermeyer, it's senior day. Last chance to make a statement. Going to get it done. That's 2 special teams plays in a row for Schiermeyer that we saw him just go out and just blow somebody up on that, making sure nobody's going to forget his name.
4 minutes to play here in the first quarter. 14-0 in favor of Susquehanna. They've scored on their first 2 drives, but this is their worst starting field position, their own 15. Handoff, they try the middle, and not much doing there. Maybe a pickup of 1.5 yards on that play. Brings up 2nd down to carry there by Matt Sertz.
And this is something I expect to see Susquehanna here sooner rather than later start getting away from those runs up the middle. It's, again, Lyco's front three doing a great job plugging the holes just with 3 men up there. And Lyco's not sending the pressure right now, and they can't because they're getting beat deep so much.
Surts in the backfield, sidecar right, trips bunch, right side. Now Surts shifted to the left side of Ehrlich. They're going to hand it off to Surts again, trying the right side, and again, falls forward, may have lost the football. Lyco says they have it. In fact, one of the Warriors does have the football, but they're going to say Surts was down by contact before coughing it up. But it'll be 3rd down, and it looks to be about 6 for the Riverhawks.
And watching the replay right there, Surts was definitely down still with possession of the ball. It's the right call there by the officials. But again, Lyco's defense doing all they can here against the number 6 team in the nation, again in a tough 3rd down situation.
Michael Sips out of the ball game for Lyco. Steven Goodman comes in here on this 3rd down and 6. Man in motion, left to right, Chris Buchter. Ehrlich lets him get set. 2 wide receivers each side of the formation. Looking down the middle of the field now near side. Swings it. He's got his man around the 25 up to about the 27-yard line. And it's good enough for a 1st down for Susquehanna. Sean Kane, the sophomore, able to pull it in for the Riverhawks.
And this is where Lyco's going to get, I don't know which direction they would go with here. Zone's not working right now. Susquehanna's proven they can pick apart the Lyco zone all day long. But I think Lyco has a severe mismatch in speed if they go to man as well. So I don't know what the right decision is going to be here for Lyco's defense.
2 minutes left here in the first. Ehrlich down the near side and unable to connect with his tight end, number 84, Rowan Hershey, senior tight end out of Avon Grove. Had a step, but would have been a tough angle to drop that one in. So it brings up 2nd down and 10, ball at the 28-yard line.
And Shamori on that play, he went to a slide after the ball was overthrown. I think he might have rolled his ankle or something here as he immediately came off and straight to the trainer's table.
Yeah, it definitely looks to be a little discomfort as they check out. Looks like the right ankle. So 1:55 to play here in the first. Handoff goes to Surts. He's able to get out of the initial tackle, but Lyco's defense swarms. But I was telling you, Susquehanna, they find a way to turn negatives into positives, and for Surts, should have lost about 3 yards on that play, gets a gain of 1.
Yeah, I mean, you can see why they're so ranked the way they are. But again, Lyco's defense staying with the play, making something happen. Here we are again, another big 3rd down for this Warrior defense.
Lyco looking for their first stop of the afternoon. It's 3rd down and 9, 1:20 to play in the first. Get trips bunch, top of the formation right, sidecar, Surts to the left. Ehrlich looking to throw. Here comes Sips up the middle. Ehrlich out of the pocket to the right. Flag flies in the backfield, and Ehrlich takes a healthy hit at the end of that run. He's about a yard short of a 1st down, but we'll check the flag back at the 20-yard line. Looks to be in the area of holding.
Yeah, before we get to the flag here, I got to give credit. I mean, that is a very smart quarterback there, knowing where the stick was, knowing he couldn't get to the slide in time, and just keeping himself, knowing he's got to take the hit to give his team a shot at the first.
Holding.
So it is a hold against Susquehanna. I mean, as a quarterback, you know you're taking a hit. Well, he took a hit right into that 3rd Warrior defender finishing off that play. Gave a nice strong hit, and really, if you're Ehrlich, you're kind of thinking, well, I took that shot for naught. Because not only did I not get those rushing yards, but we're going back 10 yards, and now I hurt. Under a minute to play here in the first quarter. Another 3rd down and 19 at the 19. Ehrlich goes to the cadence, takes the snap, looking to the far side. Pressure coming. Steps up. Now he wants to run with it. Bounces out. Marshall dives. Can't get there. Ehrlich the 35 and then gets shouldered out of bounds around the 40-yard line as he gets the 1st down and an additional 2. Picks up 21 yards on the scramble.
Yeah, I mean, Ehrlich doing a great job there, just keeping the play alive. Lyco's defense did a nice job that time as they did switch to a man, and nobody was releasing, but you're going to give Ehrlich that much time to run around. Eventually, one of the defenders is going to lose somebody, or you're going to spread out so much you're just going to leave the running lane available to Ehrlich to take off himself like we just saw in these last 2 plays now.
Really close here along the sideline, whether it was a late hit or not. But again, Ehrlich packing the shotgun. He's got 4 wide receivers to the near side, 3 of them bunched. Tight end goes in motion, has a lead blocker, hand off to Search off the right edge. He's across midfield. He's going to be close, if not a pickup of 11. And a flag comes flying in from the far side sideline at the end of the run. And Ehrlich indicating it's against Lycoming. What will be the final play of the first quarter, unless they add any time, which we'll see if that's the case. Waiting for the official announcement.
Illegal low block. Defense number 10. 15-yard penalty. First down.
So they announce a low block against the defense. And that'll be the end of the first quarter. So we'll step aside through 1 here in Williamsport this afternoon. Susquehanna leading Lycoming 14-0 here on the home of the Warriors. Start of the second quarter here at Girardi Stadium. I'm Ian Catherine, joined by Justin Hawkins. Susquehanna leading 14-0 as we start the second quarter of play. Susquehanna 1st and 10, ball on the Lyco 34. Handoff, Search tries the near side, able to cut back, makes a one-man miss, and then surges forward up across to the 25-yard line and pick up 9 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 1.
I do want to make note for the Warriors defense. Mario Samori back in the ballgame as well. It turns out it was a shin injury. He got a shin wrap. My guess is probably cleat across the shin, and anyone who's played any sport really knows that is not something you want to do.
Preferably known as cleated. Yeah, it's not pleasant. But glad to see he's back out on the field. Ehrlich going to go far side, looking for the end zone. High pointing and making the catch for a touchdown, Chris Buchter. Yeah, that was a really, really nice adjustment made by the grad wide receiver out of Columbia, Maryland, to come back to that football, make the leaping catch, take the contact, and get into the end zone for the Riverhawk touchdown.
Yeah, Shimoni in coverage there. Just never saw the football, had the play off the body of the receiver, and with it being an unthrown ball, he committed deep in the end zone, had to come back and try to get to it, and just didn't have the time to complete it.
25th passing touchdown of the season for Ehrlich. And for Buchter, his 7th receiving touchdown of the year. Earlier, they scored the Kyle House touchdown as a run, not a pass. But the extra point was good, but a penalty against Susquehanna on the try. So they're going to have to retry the kick after they move it back 5 yards.
I mean, if you're going to take a penalty, that's the time to do it. Odds are, especially with the kicks we saw in warm-up, this is still an easy chip shot.
Bourgeois this season has been solid on point after tries. And definitely has plenty of leg as he puts that one up, and no good. Missed it to the left. So the penalty does pay off as Susquehanna can't convert on the second PAT try. But they do lead it 20-0 with 14:20 to play in the second quarter. But you do want to mention Jay Huber, injured last week late in the game against Moravian, has been seen most of the time as a starting quarterback this season. Has played in all 9 games. And again, expected to play here this afternoon, is dressed just in case there's an injury to Will Fish. But again, even if there is, we were told that they may go to a third option before they go to Huber because of the injury. But just wanted to put that out there why Will Fish was getting the start here this afternoon. But did mention going over 2,600 passing yards for his career here at Lyco with that first completion to Billy Kopic. Kopic now closing in on 1,000 yards receiving in his career. So maybe another milestone reached by a Lyco player here this afternoon.
Yeah, Kopic was 13 yards away from hitting 1,000 yards in a career coming into play here today.
I think he had 7 on that completion. Terrence Oliver mentioning he's closing in on 1,000 yards, trying to be the first Lyco running back since 2015 to accomplish the feat.
Yes, Kopic was officially created 8 yards in that reception, so he just needs 5 more to hit the milestone.
Kickoff fielded about the 5-yard line. Going to be returned near side. Tyler Marshall able to get through one high tackle, but then gets brought down by a couple Riverhawks after crossing the 15. Looks like they'll spot him up around the 17-yard line. And that's where Lyco will make that the 18-yard line, where Lyco will take over 1st and 10.
I mean, I think at this point, it was Lyco's offense is ready to come back out in the field. I think anyone who looks at this game realistically, we're not expecting Lyco to come out here and shock the world against the number 6 team in the country. But if Lyco wants to stay in this game and keep it competitive, this is the drive where the offense has to get going. Doesn't have to be a touchdown necessarily. You just got to find a way to get that 0 off the board, and you got to do it on this drive to keep yourself mentally in this game.
Terrence Oliver, sidecar left out of the shotgun with Will Fish. Handoff goes to Oliver, showing a little bit of patience. Able to get up to about the 20-yard line. They'll give him forward progress to the 21 and pick up a 3 yards. But just a little more on Terrence Oliver coming in. Enters with 1,716 career rushing yards. It's 12th in the history of Warriors football, the rich tradition of Warriors football. But also, at the same time, trying to become the 5th Warrior rusher to score 10 rushing touchdowns in a single season. He has 9 coming into play today. So, again, just a sophomore. And he's had a great start to his career. As they're going to hand it off again. A gaping hole and up close to a first down is the Warrior ball carrier. And I believe that's Ferguson. Number 29, Spencer Ferguson, the sophomore out of Coatesville area. It's kind of into they motioned Oliver around the backfield as if they were going to try to set up a screen. And that opened up all sorts of room right there in the middle.
Yeah, and Susquehanna lucky. Garrett Carter, District 4 product out of Central Columbia, was there to make the stop. If he didn't get an arm on Oliver, he was gone.
Set up the screen to Oliver, far side, and 4 bunched. Oliver had to leap to make the catch. Able to get forward to about the 30-yard line, maybe a pickup of 1.5 yards. As Susquehanna was able to sniff that out. Second down and a short 9 coming up.
I've never been a fan of a play like that. The entire offensive line drop. You're not full. I mean, yeah, you might create some confusion, but you're also taking 5. If the play has to come back your way, your entire offensive line's now on the ground. There's nobody to block if it's coming back to the backside of the play.
Susquehanna showing some pressure on the left side. Timmerman in motion to the near side. Fish going to roll near side. Fires for DeBeebe. DeBeebe able to tiptoe on the sideline as he hauls it in across the 35-yard line up to about the 38. It should be another first down for the Warriors.
And just the 4th completion of the game here now for Will Fish. He hasn't really had an opportunity to get the passing game going is all. But that's honestly, if we want like a run game to go right now, first, you got to get the passing game going. So you got to find a way to open up these running lanes, and you're not going to out-muscle Susquehanna to do that.
DeBeebe last week caught 2 passes, 88 yards, and a touchdown in the loss to Moravian. Averaging 19.6 yards a catch. That's number 2 in the landmark. Handoff near side, and kind of a awkward split there by Oliver as he put his foot in the turf and still lost his footing trying to cut back, but Oliver picks up about 4 yards. It'll be second down and 6. So now we're starting to see a little bit of a push by this offensive line for Lyco. 11.5 to play in the second quarter. Down 20-0. Yeah, Lyco had a tough first half against Moravian, who's a good football club. Moravian, the Greyhounds, playing for a possibility to host a bowl game next week. Zimmerman on the sweep. He wants to throw it. He's going to send it down the far sideline to the baby. He pulls it in inside the 20-yard line. Jared Zimmerman had all the time in the world after taking the hands off, and he dropped a dime to the leading receiver for the Warriors.
Wow. I mean, first off, what a job there by the Lyco offensive line, giving Zimmerman that much time, because they were expecting Susquehanna to crash on the handoff, not expecting the pass to happen there. But then the BB just outran everybody in that coverage to get wide open, and what a job by Zimmerman, looking like the quarterback out there, dropping it on a dime.
That throw was into the wind as well. Trips to the near side, 1st and 10 on the 60. Swing past to Zimmerman, and he gets belted. Incomplete pass, and now Jared Zimmerman is going to be tended to, as well as the individual who laid the hit, Stephen Williams III, the senior defensive back out of Baltimore, Maryland. And both players shaken up at the moment. They're going to be tended to by their respective training staffs. And we'll take a timeout as well here on the home of the Warriors on Flow Sports. Great to see Zimmerman able to work his way to his feet, walk off under his own pressure. Hopefully it's just a scenario where he got the wind knocked out of him. But we were talking about it there during the break, Justin. In this day and age of football, obviously with the concerns of concussions, you see a heavy hit like that, and almost you see a flag every time. And there's no flag on there, and I think rightfully so. That was a great tackle. It was well-timed. It's just a heavy hit. That's part of the game. Yeah, I mean, it was just lowering the shoulder right into the chest, and that's why you have chest pads. That's designed to be able to take those hits. And, I mean, that's the kind of football you want to see. It's clean, it's safe, but it's hard-hitting. Both players able to walk off under their own power. They're going to take the play off. But it'll be 2nd down and 10. Ball on the Susquehanna 16. Lyco looking for their first score, down 20. Fish near side. He's got his man right at the 20-yard line. It's Kopic. A little bit of a dance. Out of bounds. Forward progress to the 9. A pickup of 5 yards. Make that 7 yards. And for Kopic, should take him over 1,000 yards receiving here as a Warrior.
I was watching Terrence Oliver on that play in pass blocking. And I think he was supposed to release and come out in a route, looked up and saw 3 guys in front of him. Didn't know what to do, honestly. He was so oversized, dove, and somehow missed them all, but disrupted enough to give Fish the passing lane. Sometimes you just got to get in the way and be effective. Under 10 to play here in the second quarter. Zimmerman back in the ball game. Fish looking to the far near side, now tries to thread the needle to DeBeebe. And Fish not happy, not sure if someone ran the wrong route. He's talking with DeBeebe right now. I think DeBeebe was supposed to go to the back pylon. Instead, he cut towards the middle. Because Fish, the way he was looking, he was starting to position that body with his shoulders and feet to throw back pylon. And instead had to rifle one between a couple receivers, a couple defenders, incomplete. And it'll bring up 4th down and 3. Kyle Flack going to come on for the field goal try. It'll be from the about 26 yards out. It'll be 26 yards. But now a timeout taken. And it'll be taken by Lyco. Sun starting to shine here, coming through the cloud coverage in Williamsport. I wonder if this is a discussion. Hey, do we really want to kick this here? We have a 4th and 3 inside the 10. Are we going to try to go for it? I can hear Coach Clark already. Offense. They're yelling offense. Will Fish throw that helmet back on. And you're absolutely right. I mean, let's put this all in perspective. There's no next week for Lyco. Right. Why not? You know, you literally nothing to lose. You play the number 6 team in the country. Down 20-0 here in the second quarter. This is the best opportunity you've had to put points on the board. Why not? It's get that first down, get a touchdown. Yeah, and honestly, on that last play, if it wasn't for miscommunication, Lyco probably was coming over at 6 right now. On this drive especially, they found a way to pick apart the Susquehanna defense. I do want to make mention, you mentioned Billy Kopic did go over the 1,000 yards in the season. He's now at 15 yards here today, which puts him at 1,002. Makes him the 26th Warrior to reach 1,000 yards receiving in his career.
2 wide receivers each side for the Warriors. 4th and 3, ball on the Susquehanna 9. Ferguson, sidecar right. Zimmerman in motion, left to right. Fish looking near side, going towards the pylon to Beebe. Hauls it in, but he says out of bounds. It looked like he got the left foot down in the blue turf. But the official right there on the sideline says out of bounds, incomplete, and a turnover on downs.
That was close. I will say the official has a better view than us right there on the line, but from up here, that looked like that was a touchdown. If it wasn't a touchdown, that looked awfully close to pass interference as well, as there was some early contact on that.
So we'll see if we can get a replay on that here before Susquehanna snaps. So replay, it confirms the call on the field.
Barely out. Barely, but you could see the white between the feet there. So, a good call by the official.
So 1st and 10, ball on the 9-yard line. A little cutback by Rashawn Lamont. And he's able to get up to about the 15-yard line. Pick up a 6 yards by Rashawn Lamont.
Lamont, again, really not finding much. The first time he touches the ball, he's having to make that first move, and that's what's generating the openings in the Warrior defense when he's switching direction.
Will Fish and Dawson DeBeebe currently looking at the tablet here on the near sideline, going over that last play, and I think he just realized he was out of bounds. Handoff again to Lamont, able to slip a tackle. He's got room near side, up across the 30. Rashawn Lamont across the 50, and he's into the sprinter's post. The flag flies, and into the end zone goes Lamont on an 85-yard touchdown run. But there is a flag up at the 26-yard line.
Penalty flag on the field.
So we'll see when it's...
I'm going to say the flag's not in the right spot.
On the play.
Oh. Or there is no flag, okay.
So maybe the official running just came out of the pocket. Okay. I mean, I didn't see any blocks or any holding that would look to be questionable or suspicious.
I was going to say, watching what I was able to see, I didn't even see any, Lyco playing a Susquehanna player next to each other in a position where a foul could be committed.
For Lamont, that 85-yarder, not as long as he has the longest rush in the conference of 96 yards. Kind of interesting. Teammate Matt Sertz, he's got a 95-yarder. But again, another long run for Rashawn Lamont this season. And he picks up his second rushing touchdown of the afternoon, his 14th of the season. And that extra point would have been good from midfield. 27-0 in favor of Susquehanna. 8:59 to play here in the second quarter. We're back with the kickoff on the home of the Warriors. Rashawn Lamont, second rushing touchdown of the first half. Last week, he had his second most rushing yards. Went over 171 yards against Moravian. Also posted a season-high 3 rushing touchdowns against the Greyhounds. That was the last week. They had a bye week last week, but their last time out 2 weeks ago. I'll clarify. And, well, we're going a different direction on the kickoff, but the ball still doesn't want to stay on the Susquehanna tee. So,
well, I was hopeful when we switched directions it might stay.
So they reset the tee, reset the kickoff. As a kicker, now the worst fear you have is right as you start to swing the leg. Well, this time it falls off again, but again, and The only kicking in football I ever did was in high school. And again, I was a toe poker. I was straight on. But anyway, having that thing start to drift off the tee as you're approaching is one of the worst feelings. So at this point, I have to start with the holder. But so the kickoff, high end overhead kick, going to be fielded at the 5-yard line. Looks like it's Tyler Marshall following a blocker, able to cut it up through the hashes, falls forward up around the 30-yard line. Pickup of about 25-26 on the return for Tyler Marshall, and there's a flag back at the 30-yard line. I'm going to say probably in the spot of offsides on the kickoff.
To be fair, I mean, you should never be offsides on a kickoff. But from where that flag is to where the ball was, the holder is in the way. So the guys on that side of the field might not be able to see exactly when the ball's kicked.
Number 25.
So number 25 of the kicking team was offsides. Got to add 5 yards to the end of that return by Tyler Marshall.
Marshall, again, with another nice return, something we've seen consistently. He's setting Lyco up in good field position. Very rarely when Marshall gets the opportunity to return it is he going to trap you deep in your own territory.
I mean, he's been doing it all season long. One of the top return men in the conference. And, again, we saw that since week 1 when Lyco opened up the season to win with Widener. Ended up being, I believe it was the Landmark Conference Special Teams Player of the Week. Didn't score a touchdown on special teams. Had a pick 6 in that ball game. Will Fish looking to go to the air. Near side, it's intercepted. Threw it into coverage, and it's picked off going the other way up across the 30 up to the 25-yard line. The interceptor, Josh Parson, the grad out of Bear, Delaware. And he was just waiting right there, and basically Fish threw it right to his chest.
Josh Parson with the interception.
So can we start talking about guys that had touchdowns in earlier games instead of interceptions? Maybe say that, and then touchdown happens instead.
Apparently. Because, I mean, that one almost talked into fruition there. But
Yeah,
for Fish, I mean, he had a nice drive, that last drive, getting the Lyco down the field. Unfortunately, a turnover on downs inside the 10 and no points on the board. But right there, that easily his worst decision of the day so far. Again, about 4 white shirts and about 1 gold shirt. And those numbers didn't pay off. 8:43 to play. Ehrlich pressured. Got hit once, now twice. Able to keep it alive. Fires along the sideline. Incomplete. Tried to go to Chris Buchter. But good pressure. Not allowing Ehrlich to set the feet. And it's incomplete. Second down coming up.
Ehrlich, again, showing off just his football IQ of not panicking and trying to cut upfield, knowing he could keep going to the sideline. He's not going to get hit right where he's at right now and try to see if something downfield will develop.
Second down and 10, 8:38 to play here in the second quarter. Ball the 25-yard line. 2 wide receivers top of the formation. Left side, Carr, right, Lamont. Ehrlich looking to the near side. He's going towards the end zone, and it's going to be out of bounds. Closest player to that football was Lyco's Chris Character. And it does just go out of the back of the end zone. Incomplete, third down.
Yeah, you saw Character. I mean, he had a shot at picking that off in the end zone, but he was so confused of why the ball was coming his way. He see him keep looking around, looking for the receiver he didn't identify yet, and that slowed him up enough that he didn't have a play on the football when it came down.
And it looked like it landed out of bounds, but it definitely may have been a toe tap situation to make the interception. Kind of some frustration in that body language after it landed incomplete. Trips bunch left, sidecar left as Lamont went in motion. Ehrlich looking to the left, going to swing it out to Lamont. Makes the catch behind the line of scrimmage. Quickly up across the 25 to 20. Angles towards the middle of the field and brought down around the 15-yard line. And should have a first down. There's a hobbled Warrior trying to make his way off the field. Now is just going to go down. Mason Hoppus, the sophomore linebacker for Lyco out of Hughesville. And he'll be tended to. 8:15 to play here in the second quarter. We'll step aside here on the home of the Warriors on Flow Sports. Mason Hoppus, the injured Lycoming College Warrior defender. A little bit of assistance as he walks his way over to the near side sideline. Looks to be a lower body injury on the left side. But it'll be 1st and 10 for Susquehanna. Ball in the Lyco 15. Ehrlich rolls to the near side. Now might scramble and is going to get hit. Able to bounce out of the hit from Elijah Carruthers. The pass near side goes incomplete. But Carruthers and Michael Sips collided in the backfield. Sips a little slow to get up, but seems to be all right.
That's the 3rd or 4th time today now. Lyco should have had a sack that somehow Ehrlich has been able to escape from and get rid of the ball.
Yeah, Ehrlich doing a nice job. That good pocket awareness. And you're right. He's been able to slip some sacks. Ehrlich coming into play today, over 2,100 passing yards. So a couple touchdowns here today. Handoff goes to Lamons on a draw to the left side, following some blockers. He gets inside the 10. Looks like he's inside the 5 to about the 3-yard line. And it'll be down at distance for the Riverhawks.
Again, Lamons, after that first cut, getting to the outside, that's where he keeps finding the weakness in this Lyco defense and finding the ways to get downfield. And speaking of Lyco defense, as Mason Hoppus is still being looked at on the trainers table, that could be a huge loss right now for Lycoming, as Hoppus already in the starting lineup replacing the injured Joey Virtuoso. So you're now down to your 3rd-string option at linebacker.
It looks like he had a previous tape job there on that left leg, and they're going through it again, and so it's on the left ankle. Ehrlich takes the shotgun snap, pass near side, tipped in the air on the second effort. It's caught. Looks like Buchter. Make that number 9 thing. It looks like Shane. Maybe trying to get a number on that. Maybe it was Howes, but right now, kind of tough to read the number from here with the jersey folded over a little bit. But either way, on the deflection, it's a touchdown for the Riverhawks.
And it does look like it was Howes on the reception for Susquehanna.
Kyle Howes, the senior out of
Number 5,
Urbana.
Kyle Howes with the touchdown. Frigoles with the extra point.
The extra point is good. And it's now a 34-0 lead in favor of the Riverhawks with 7:12 to play in the second quarter. Back with the ensuing kickoff here on Flow Sports. $34-0 with 7:12 to play here in the second quarter. Susquehanna with the lead, and the trend continues. It's another wind blown, and they're just going to send the holder right now.
They're speeding it up. I mean, the kicker never even got to walk away from the ball this time before we had to go to holder.
I honestly think they had the holder ready. They just didn't get a chance to get the holder to the ball before it fell off the tee this time. But a little comic relief there on that wind-aided topple. But for Susquehanna, kicking it away. End over end kick. Going to be wind-aided about 4 yards deep into the end zone. And Marshall wants to bring it. He's got a lane near side. Tyler Marshall makes one man miss. He's up across the 30, the 45, and up to about the 44-yard line. Boy, Marshall was one block away from breaking that 100-plus. And I believe it was the holder that was actually made the stop.
Right, and the holder, as we've seen on the other ones, is normally one of the outside gunners coming in. That's the only thing I think that saves Susquehanna right there. And boy, Marshall, this is the one drawback I'll say to him kick return. He outran all his blockers. That's why he had nobody out in front of him to help out. He already blew by him.
Kick goes that deep into the end. I think most of the blockers, I mean, I know you play to the whistle, but I think usually they think, oh, he's going to take the knee, so maybe that could have been part of it as well. Pass on first down to DeBeebe. Gets across midfield. Pick up of about 7 yards on first down as Dawson DeBeebe makes the catch. Under 7 minutes to play here in the first half. Lyco down 34-0. Busy day here in Williamsport on Lycoming College's campus. Open house. Also a couple basketball games this evening as well. Benson had motion out of the backfield. Handoff goes Spencer Ferguson. And he's going to be close to a first down. Needed 3 yards. Looked like he got about 3.5. And it should be a first down. Waiting for the signal on the far side. They are moving the sticks.
Tackle for Susquehanna.
Yeah, nice job there by Ferguson, knowing exactly where he had to get to, planted the foot, and just threw his body forward almost recklessly, knowing he was right there, and that was going to be enough to move the change.
Kasim Benson, lone back. Sidecar right. Terrence Oliver on the sideline near side. Benson had to cut immediately, bounced to the right, and was able to muster 2 yards on the first down run. It'll be second down. Jacob Schiermeyer checking in. Billy Kopic going to check out for the Warriors here on the second down play. Under 6 minutes to go here in the first half. Lyco down 34-0. Ball to 44, the Riverhawks. Handoff again. Benson has to make some moves in the backfield. This time just gets back to the original line of scrimmage. And it'll be third down and 8.
That was obviously for Benson the hardest run he's had today, just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Every time he made a cut, Susquehanna immediately adjusted and filled the new hole.
Benson, who had a strong freshman year last year with Terrence Oliver, as Lyco has the last couple of years been using that two-back system. This year hasn't really been able to get it going. Only 200 yards coming into play, no rushing touchdowns. His only touchdown of the year was a 80-plus yard kickoff return for a touchdown. Third down and 8. Fish pressure gets leveled as he completes the pass. And it looks like it's Schiermeyer down the 40-yard line. And well short of the first down. It'll be fourth down and about 4 for the Warriors at the Susquehanna 40. And Lyco down 34. Got to keep the offense on the field.
So there was some discussion here on the sideline, and Coach Steve Weiser immediately signaling, hey, I know I'm the defensive coach. Go. We got to get points. Keep going.
Lyco may want to discuss this one. Play clock already under 7 seconds. So Lyco with 2 timeouts left here in the first half. They're going to elect to take the second of 3. We'll take a timeout as well. Back with 4th and 4 on the home of the Warriors. Coming out of Lyco's timeout, facing a 4th down and 4. I'm Ian Catherine, joined by Justin Hawkins. Senior day here in Williamsport. Final game of the season for Lycoming College. Down 34-0 to Susquehanna. 2 wide receivers each side of the formation. Fish has a man. It's Zimmerman, and it's broken up. Just a little too much air under that. Zimmerman had a step between 2 defenders. But that ball, a little late arrival, allowed the defender to come across, make the play, and it's a turnover on downs.
Yeah, it was Andrew Wells, the free safety out there, just ball hawking, read that one. Was in danger of not getting there. If that ball wasn't aired out that much, I don't think he would have gotten there. It set him up in perfect position to attempt the interception there. But I think there would have been a discussion on the Susquehanna sideline had he picked that off, saying, hey, it was 4th down. You just cost us 20 yards with that interception.
Wells coming in, third leading tackler for the Riverhawks, but made a nice play there on that pass breakup. Under 4 to play in the first half. Ehrlich, little play action across the middle of the field. He's got his tight end inside Lyco territory across the 40-yard line. And just short of the 35 to the 36. As a pickup, strong pickup there by Rowan Hershey.
And Hershey's been finding those open seams down the middle quite a bit today, but really hasn't had the opportunity for Eric to get to him because Eric's been getting under pressure and getting forced out of the pocket. That time, able to stay in the pocket, able to read the defense and see the opening.
Hershey averaging almost 16 yards a reception. Handoff goes to Search, and he's able to break a couple tackles. A flag flies in the backfield. As Search up across the 25 to about the 23-yard line. But we'll check the infraction back at the line of scrimmage. It's a hold against Susquehanna. So erase the run by Search. And it'll move Susquehanna back 10 yards. And Jake Welch, the senior defensive lineman, a little bit of a limp as he comes to the sideline gingerly.
I believe that's Khalil Johnson, who is the one that was held in the backfield.
15-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
So, stay first down. We'll keep an eye on the injured Warriors still here on the sideline. See if he comes back in the ball game. 3:20 to play. That penalty going to move Susquehanna back into their own territory at the 49-yard line. Shotgun set, Search sidecar right. Ehrlich takes the low shotgun snap, pressure immediately. Throw near side, sideline, incomplete. Ehrlich just getting rid of it, and looked like there was a hold. And in fact, Matt Trollinger had his jersey ripped off his shoulder. But no flag on the field, so it'll stay second down at 25.
Lyco did a nice job there sending the pressure, had 6 breakthrough on that one, but the Lyco secondary as well doing a great job. Everybody staying within a step of the man downfield, not letting anything open up.
Clock stops on the incompletion, 3:02 to play in the half. And in motion, Buchter. Couple touchdown receptions this afternoon. Play action at Search. They drop it off to Hershey across midfield. Cross Lyco's 45. They'll give him forward progress to the 43. Pickup of 8 yards on third down and 25.
Freshman Braden Baum doing a nice job there, coming up from behind the play, chasing it down, able to make the tackle as he's the one that steps in for Johnson, who's still on the sideline tending to his injury.
So second down and 25. It's now third down and 17 after that pickup.
Yeah, and Susquehanna, I think they were a little surprised at how many third and longs they've actually ended up in against this Lyco defense.
And there's been plenty of them. They've been giving credit to Susquehanna. They've been able to convert. They've been able to prolong these drives. Ehrlich going to swing one out. He's got his man to the flat far side, trying to get to the sideline, but it looks like Tyler Marshall making the tackle on the sideline at the 40-yard line. Latrey Bond, or Kyle Howes, excuse me, making the catch. Just couldn't get to the first down marker because of the good tackle. Timeout going to be taken on the field. I believe it was by Lyco. Their third and final comes with 2 minutes. Oh, actually the 2-minute timeout, excuse me. As soon as I looked at the play clock and the game clock and saw what it was, I knew exactly what timeout it was. We're back after this timeout here on the home of the Warriors. Susquehanna facing a 4th and 15. Got to keep the offense on the field coming out of the 2-minute timeout. Now Lyco comes across on the hard count.
Flag on the play.
It's going to make it 4th down and 10. Should it be against the Warriors? And Susquehanna at this point, obviously, minds made up. I don't think they were looking to draw necessarily. Lyco offsides, disabled to do so.
Yeah, I think that was a hard count designed to get Lyco to move and show if it was a blitz or not immediately come across on him.
So 4th down and 10. Ball down the 41-yard line. And again, Ehrlich trying to go with that hard count again. And now this time might have been an opportunity to see if they could get Lyco to jump again. Ehrlich making a couple adjustments there at the line of scrimmage.
Marshall looks like he's coming from the secondary.
Ehrlich looking to throw. Far side, Hash able to get Hershey. Hershey steps through one tackle, spins through the next two. Inside the 10-yard line, down to the 9-yard line. 1st down, big pickup on 4th and 10. And Rowan Hershey having himself a drive here for the Riverhawks, who are trying to really put the final nail in this one here at the end of the first half, already leading 34-0. And they got another down and distance situation.
I mean, I get looking at this objectively. Sometimes this looks like running up the score. The thing to keep in mind if you're Lyco, Susquehanna has to keep driving right now. They're fighting for a home playoff game right now, and they have to put it in the minds of voters that they can just dominate anybody on this field.
Susquehanna with the reverse. They try the near side and able to get inside the 5. On that carry was Howes. So good teams put the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Kyle Howes has made a career of that here with the Riverhawks. We've seen him run the football. We've seen him catch the football today. We've seen him return kicks. So, again, just trying to get the ball into his hands. Howes coming into play today, 12 receiving touchdowns. Also has 2 rushing touchdowns. So 14 total touchdowns, and actually a kick return for a touchdown as well. .117 to play here in the second. Ehrlich pressured, fires, and Hershey finds himself open, going against the grain, and makes the catch for the touchdown. And for Rowan Hershey, hauls in just his 2nd receiving touchdown of the season. To me, the way he looked on that drive, I'm surprised that's only his 2nd.
Yeah, I mean, he looks like, I'm trying to think of what the right comparison would be to somebody in the NFL the way he's playing right now today. I think you'd have to almost go with Travis Kelce, even though that's the one everybody goes with right now. But just the athleticism and the ability to find the green out there and find even the slightest gap to get it open into and give himself an option. And if it wasn't for the pressure Lyco's defense has been showing in the quarterback today, he'd probably have another 6 or 7 receptions at this point, the way he's been getting open.
Yeah, doing a nice job getting open, then catching them and set some nice runs after the catch. Extra points good, 41-0 in favor of Susquehanna. 1:12 to play here in the first half. Take a quick time out here on Flow Sports. Yep. 1:12 to play here in the second quarter. Beautiful day here at Williamsport on the chilly side, but it's been all Susquehanna, leading 41-0 over the Lycoming College Warriors. They're going to like to go without a holder, and it stays on the tee. Kicked away left to right. Fielded about the 4-yard line. Again, Tyler Marshall able to slip a tackle, spins through another to 25, up across the 30-yard line to about the 31. They'll give him forward progress to the 32. Another strong return by Tyler Marshall. And the Warriors take it over with 65 seconds left here in the half. Trying to get some points on the board before the break.
I'm going to make a bold prediction.
Oh, boy.
Marshall's going to return one today. That's 3 in a row. He was a step away from breaking. He is going to end up in the end zone today.
It's bold. I mean, Kasim Benson has the only kickoff return for a touchdown. I believe that was, almost 6-7 years in the making. There's a handoff near side. It's going to be Terrence Oliver, who's been quiet here this afternoon. Able to pick up about 2, maybe 3 yards. It'll be second down for the Warriors.
Yeah.
And Mike gets just looking to just run off this final 60 seconds.
Oliver's a back that we know. He has the moves, he has speed, but he needs that first hole to be set up for him by the offensive line. And so far here in the first half, Lyco's offense is not able to set up that hole to give him that initial start.
35 seconds left. Handoff goes to Oliver. Followed his blocks through the hole, closed up quickly just to pick up a 3 yards. And that looks like it's probably going to be the final play of the first half. 20 seconds left. Fish looking over the sideline for a play. Doesn't look like one's, well, maybe one coming in here. 10 seconds left.
Number 8, Garrett Carter.
Warriors huddle it up, but just from a time stance, this one's going to go to halftime. So the horn sounds. We've played one half here at Williamsport. Susquehanna leading Lycoming 41-0. The number 6 team in the nation, showing why here on the senior day for Lyco in the final game of the season for the Warriors. We're back as a halftime report. All that coming up here on the home of the Warriors on Flow Sports. Now welcome back inside David Partridge Field here at Girardi Stadium. Here, Catherine, joined by Justin Hawkins, currently at the half. Susquehanna leading Lyco 41-0, and the numbers kind of match up what we've seen on the field in a sense. And Justin, you and I were talking about this. Lyco on the scoreboard, yeah, it's a runaway for Susquehanna, but it almost doesn't. It's not like it's a lack of energy feel type of blowout at this point. Lyco's defense, despite giving up 41 points and, well, right now 401 yards of offense in that first half, have had some bright spots against Susquehanna's offense.
Yeah, I mean, they forced, I know we'll get in the third down, fourth down conversion, but they've forced 7 third downs against Susquehanna. And again, you take everything today with a grain of salt. Lycoming is playing the number 6 team in the country, and they are in discussions of being able to make a deep, deep run into the Division III NCAA tournament this year. To be able to force them in the third downs and make them not just come out and we're going to run our 2-3 plays, run it down your throat, and go home, and make them play good competitive football is a win in its own for these Warriors.
And I would agree with that. I think, realistically, a lot of people on the Lyco side knew today was going to be, on the rougher side when it came to the score. And you just want to see them come out and put the effort together here on Senior Day. And you never know. That's why you play the games and you don't just put it on paper. But I do like the effort that I've seen from Lyco on the defensive side, on the offensive side as well. I know the numbers aren't eye-popping. The score, the results aren't necessarily there as well. But, again, this could have been a situation where some of these guys could have been like, all right, there's no postseason for us this year. This last game of the season, we're playing the number 6 team in the country. Let's just, go out there, go through the motions, and then wrap it up. But, we've seen a good amount of effort. And, to me, with my, with a coaching background, my mentality in this ball game and this situation is I'm looking at, next year. I'm looking at the guys who are going to be back here next year. The effort that they're putting in today, the mental effort they're putting into today, and seeing how they carry themselves in this, daunting situation. And that's going to go into my postseason evaluation, and that's going to stick with me going into camp next summer as guys maybe trying to either win a position, move up the depth chart. There's a lot of factors that still go into a game like this, even though there really is no true meaning or impact to the season with it.
Right. I mean, you look at next season, there's a couple key names that very quickly here, Lycoming's going to decide, okay, who's stepping up. I mean, the big one for me on defense, Jake Welsh, who we've been talking about all day long as he's been getting through, he's gone after this game. So, yeah, you still have Carruthers and Sips on the ends, but who comes up in that defensive tackle position now? Is it Stephen Goodman? Do you have a young freshman or sophomore maybe? And this is the time in true game action against one of the best opponents you could hope to face. How can they step up? What can they do? And this more or less is now, okay, when, barring something amazing that we've never seen in football history ever happening, this is now an opportunity for scouting for yourself and finding out exactly what you have and what you need going in the next year with your recruiting.
And I agree 100% with that. And, there is a lot of promise. I think, Lyco's, from an offensive standpoint, the quarterback situation, I think needs a little bit of work in the offseason. A little bit of inconsistencies there. And I think it was just because neither guy really separated themselves between Jay Huber or Will Fish. I mean, Huber started doing a better job of it through the middle portions of the season. Unfortunately, got hurt, so we're not going to see him here today. Fish, he was here with the Elijah Shimori era, and it was mainly a wide receiver while Shimori was here. So didn't really get those early reps in the beginning of his collegiate career. So kind of a little bit behind the 8 ball in that scenario. But could possibly see another quarterback here in the second half who might be in the mix next week. Heard some rumors, Joe Lyons III, maybe getting some reps here in the second half. Could be a possibility. But we'll see what Coach Clark wants to do here. But when you look at the running back situation, I think Lyco's in a great position with Terrence Oliver, who's could be one of the best running backs in the history of this program. Craig Needhammer's up there. Blake Bowman's up there. Some big names in this in the history of this program when it comes to running backs. But I'm kind of curious to see what did they do. What does Kasim Benson do in the offseason to get himself ready for his junior year? Because you and I were talking about it. That lack of that two running back system, I think it hurts Lyco. Some people think, it maybe hinders because you can't really get one guy going. They had a nice balance last year between those two, and I thought they both worked off each other really well, where we don't see Benson having that year here this season.
Right, and Benson usually was the one that last season would get the start, and we'd see a drive or two, he'd get hot. Well, this year, with how well Oliver's been out signing Benson hasn't got an opportunity. So I think there's a lot of questions going in the offseason now. Do we look at Benson, trying to get him going earlier, or do we look at Spencer Ferguson, who really hasn't established himself at this point? He does have 2 carries for 10 yards here today, but he hasn't established himself. But is that the type of back we want? And maybe we go with a 2-back system with a change of pace where Oliver's the quick guy off the edge and gone, and Ferguson is the short down situation guy just to run up the middle and punch it in.
And I'll be definitely interested to see what they try to do here. We know Oliver, probably one of the more electric players we've seen recently. He's the only player in Lyco history in one season to have an 80-yard touchdown run and an 80-yard touchdown reception. Had that 80-yarder last week against Moravian in the second half. But again, the receiving core for Lyco coming back. You're still going to have Dawson DeBeebe, your leading wide receiver, coming back. You're going to have Brendan Clark, who's missed most of the year this year with a lower body injury. He'll be back at tight end, which I think does hurt them because he can block very well, but also can use those hands. And also Ross Iyer, who's kind of had a bad down season here in the sophomore year, but I think a lot of the wide receivers in their numbers are reflective of that inconsistency at quarterback play because, obviously as a receiver, you can't do anything unless somebody's there to facilitate to you. And those issues that Lyco have had at the quarterback spot all year seem to be impacting those guys as well here in 2024.
Well, I think some of those issues as well, and you brought it up, Brendan Clark being gone for most of the season at this point. That was a huge receiving threat over the middle that wouldn't let the corners and the safeties drift to the sidelines and cover the receivers. They had to keep the middle covered as well because you could leave an opening for Clark down the middle, and Clark could burn you as well. Not having that threat has put a lot of pressure then to the outsides onto a Ross Iyer or the BB, or even Aiden Bartlett to an extent, as he's worked more the outside. And that's where I think getting him back next year is going to be a huge help. The BB kind of taking over as the I kind of see him moving more into maybe a role like Billy Kopic has, still with the same playing time, but being that over-the-middle threat as well. So that's going to leave a spot for somebody like Ross Iyer or Jared Zimmerman to step up as that big outside threat. Because a lot of the issues Lyco had in the past game was, A, the inconsistency at quarterback, but B, the inability to get the defense spread out enough to allow for those one-on-one matchups. And that's something Lyco's got to get back to in 25.
So, and again, defensively, there's going to be some guys that need to be replaced, and we'll see what, obviously we have a brand new recruiting class that'll be coming in. Be excited to see what comes in there. But then also, again, just up to these guys to better themselves in the offseason to get ready for next year. But, again, just been a tough season for Lyco. Wrap it up here today against Susquehanna. But, again, still a lot of promise, for 2025 and see what they can do here in the second half. And it does look like Joe Lyons wearing number 15 in these gold uniforms. Looks like he's starting to loosen here on the sideline with Will Fish. So we'll see what Coach Clark does here in the second half with their quarterbacks. And
before we go to break, we'll spend a little time here looking at 2025. 2024 is still alive, and there's a lot of question marks still in the Landmark Conference today. We know Susquehanna, conference champion, no question about that, especially up 41-0 here at the half on Lycoming. But the second spot, Moravian and Wilkes, we know, as Lyco went to the bowl games last year, that's a key thing. Whoever finishes second in the Landmark today gets to host a bowl game. Third place team will go on the road for the bowl game. Right now, Wilkes up 26-7, And, I mean, that was a back-and-forth game for the first quarter. Wilkes just running away with it, all 26 points coming here in the second quarter. So that's going to be an exciting game here as well, just for fans of the Landmark Conference as a whole to keep an eye on here in the second half.
And the Cape Charles Bowl series, I believe we saw the trophy sitting up here earlier. Lyco winning that last year, and I guess handing it off, or just it's the first time we've seen it this season here in the press box. But again, will be interesting to see how that goes. And for Wilkes, that'd be a really, really nice win to end the regular season against a really good Greyhounds team. Better than their 4-3 record shows. But, again, Wilkes, having a pretty good year as well. So we'll take a quick timeout. We'll come back with the opening kickoff of the second half. Lyco trailing number 6, Susquehanna, 41-0 here in Senior Day in the regular season finale for the Warriors on the home of Warrior football. Getting ready to start the second half here at Williamsport. And Catherine, Justin Hawkins mentioned a full slate of athletics here at Lycoming College. Preview that after the kickoff, end over end. It'll be fielded about the 3-yard line. Marshall initial bobble, and it gets brought down hard, able to shoulder that heavy blow at the 15-yard line. And fortunate to bounce up, but that initial bobble on the kick return kind of threw off the timing. And that's the worst return we've seen Tyler Marshall have today. But you still sticking with your prediction from earlier?
I think so. I think it's, getting back into the game. You've been sitting in the locker room. It's got to get going a little bit. Still time.
So it's Lyco getting ready to send the offense out. Lycoming College women's basketball. They're home. They're first. They have a game this afternoon at 4 o'clock, taking on Kings College. And then the Lycoming College men's basketball team at 6 o'clock against Haverford. Both those games will be here on Flow Sports. That's where I'll be headed after this game wraps up. Joining Jen Grove and Seth Birch on those broadcasts. Looking forward to those this afternoon. It's the first play from scrimmage. Goes for about a yard on a handoff. Looks like Terrence Oliver on that carry.
Very busy day for you today.
Oh, yeah. Well, everybody here at Lyco Athletics having a busy day. A lot of us will be migrating from this press box over to Lomity Gymnasium.
I will very much enjoy watching those games from home.
Terrence Oliver, sidecar left. And is Will Fish still in at quarterback? Oliver, after a pickup of about 2 yards, picks up another pickup of about 2 to the 19-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 6.
Now we're getting to the point we know Will Fish on his senior day, he's going to want to take one last shot at the end zone before it. So I don't know how many drives he's going to get here in the second half. I don't expect him to play the entire second half here. So I'd love to see a play call here that lets him take a shot deep.
Trips left. For the Warriors, sidecar left. Ross Iyer, lone wide receiver, top of the formation, the Muncie product. Susquehanna bringing pressure right up the middle. Here they come on 3rd down. Fish fires near side sideline. He's got Kopic up around the 25-yard line, depending on the spot. Looks like they're going to give him the 26. It'll be good enough for a Warrior first down.
And what a job there on the offensive line. Chris Austin from his left tackle position just picked up 3 guys that were blitzing on his own to make sure he gave Fish time to get that out.
Oh, a nice ball, too. Put it on a line, put it on the spot. Kopic able to be led on it to help him get that yard after catch to get the first down as well. Fish playing in his 9th game this season. 7 touchdowns and 5 interceptions on the year. Has thrown 1 interception here this afternoon. A flag flies, procedure penalty. Going against Lyco, that'll move him back 5 yards.
Tight end Michael Van Horn went in motion there. It looked like he started coming forward towards the line as he was doing it.
The umpire, the one throwing the flag on it. So it'll be first down at 15, ball at the 26-yard line. Fans returning to their seats. Grab us a halftime grub as Fish fires near sideline, but not on the same page as DeBeebe. He's got to run a go route, thinking that DeBeebe was going to cut back after a 7-yard route. So it goes incomplete. Fortunate it wasn't intercepted. There was nobody in the area that pass.
Yeah, it's the second time now in as many drives that we've seen the miscommunication between Fish and DeBeebe on what route was being called.
So it'll be second down at 15. It was almost in that kind of in that area of, do you throw a penalty for intentional grounding? Because there was no real receiver in the area. Fish swings it out to Oliver, far side, flat. Oliver able to sidestep the initial defender for the Riverhawks, but a couple white jerseys there to make the stop. Pickup of maybe a yard. That swing pass out to Terrence Oliver. It'll be third down and about 14 to go. Lyco needs to get the football across the 35 up to about the 36-yard line for a first down.
And we've seen when Lyco's had to go deep before, we've seen a lot of hand contact going on. This is a situation, too, where you could throw up a 50-50 ball and try to, A, give your receiver a shot at it, but B, try to draw a flag as well.
Good height on the outside, and Iyer as well as DeBeebe. Both on each side of the formation. Fish looking to throw, has some time. Now pressured from behind, dumps it off underneath to Ferguson. Able to shed the first tackle attempt. So going to be well short of a first time. Actually, may have been Schermeyer, number 25, on that reception for Lyco. It was, not Spencer Ferguson. But going to be well short of that first down, and Lyco on their first possession of the second half going to have to punt it away with Michael Sips.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about going for on fourth down, nothing to lose, the last game of the season, but this deep in your territory, you got to punt this one away.
Yeah, you know, I mean, they've had to rely on their defense for a lot here in 2024. That'd be just a little bit of a slap to try that. As this one bounces and it takes a Susquehanna roll back to the 45-yard line where it's got to be downed. And the Susquehanna Riverhawks going to bring the offense out for the first time here in the second half with 12:02 to play. Good starting field position at their own 45-yard line.
And that's 2 punts now, Sips today, where we saw he's putting backspin on it and not getting the ball to roll down the field, which is usually something he's had success with this year.
I will say, I think we have the biggest punter in the conference. And if there's anyone who I would want back to stop a punt return, it might be him. Penalty flag pre-snap. It's going to go against Lyco.
Yeah, well in the neutral zone on that one. He knew he did it the second he moved. I mean, again, and we're seeing Susquehanna, again, sticking with the hard count, trying to get Lyco to show what play calls are in because, again, it's 41-0, but Lyco does have the Riverhawks guessing on offense right now what's going on.
And you mentioned Susquehanna having a plethora of third down, 7 of them there in the first half. It's just showing their abilities to convert. 6 out of 7. The handoff goes to Rashawn Lamont, able to shed a tackle, and just gets brought down to the shoestring tackle as he crossed the 40-yard line up to about the 38-yard line to pick up a 12, but that could have easily gone to the house as he was able to follow some blocks and show some patience there in the backfield.
And you mentioned Susquehanna 6 or 7 on third down. The one they didn't convert, they converted on fourth down anyway.
1 out of 1 on fourth down. So, I mean, it just had been that kind of a game for Susquehanna as well as Lyco, but we got a high-powered offense. So 11:23 to play. Ehrlich wants to go deep, puts it up. He wants Buchter, and he's going to overshoot his man. Working against Chris Character on the near side sideline, one-on-one. Good coverage there by Character.
Yeah, and Character had the hand on the shoulder, but never grabbed, never pulled, changed the route running at all. Perfect coverage on that one.
Now, sophomore is Character. Actually had a receiving touchdown against Widener in week 1 on a, I think it was on a play where I don't think they were trying to score. It's just he was wide open. It was like a 30-yard connection late in the game. But a handoff to Lamont. Again, a little stutter step, gets behind the blocker, and surges forward up to about the 30-yard line. A pickup of 8 yards by Rashawn Lamont. And again, just showing why he's had such a great year here in year number 1 at Susquehanna.
I mean, that's a scary thought for the entire conference, much like we were talking about Benson and Oliver last season with Lyco, with Lamont for Susquehanna, knowing you have him the next 3 seasons as well. I don't know what the Landmark's going to do about that.
He had 134 yards and 2 touchdowns in the first half. He's over 1,100 yards on the season. As this pass batted up in the air, and I believe it's intercepted. Coming away with the pick for the Lycoming College Warriors looks to be Jeremiah Cooper, the senior linebacker out of Forest Park, able to catch that batted ball and a takeaway by the Warrior defense.
And it was the senior Jake Wells getting the mitts up, popping that one into the air. What a job here by the seniors.
14th interception by the Lycoming College Warriors this season. They came into play tied for the most interceptions in the Landmark. So Jeremiah Cooper picking off the 14th pass for this Warriors defense. Still trail 41-0, 10.5 to play in the third quarter. See if Lyco in their offense, maybe a little rejuvenation. Will Fish in the shotgun. Terrence Oliver to his left. Swing it out to Oliver. Oliver has to cut it inside, and not a lot. Maybe back to the original line of scrimmage. Pick up of maybe half a yard. It'll be second down and long.
I really think Susquehanna is the fastest defense that Lycoming has seen this year. I mean, those are normally plays where you see Oliver make a cut and he's gone. He makes his cut and there's 4 more guys on him immediately.
They do. I mean, they've got obviously the athleticism is there for Susquehanna. You're not a top 10 team in the country as a fluke, but again, their flow and their reads are incredible.
Thank you for not taking a shot at Penn State there.
Yeah, I mean some targets are too easy, but no. But again, it's impressive to watch teams of this caliber as they try to set up a screen back to Fish. He's a wide receiver. He's able to catch it from higher and lost the football as he went out of bounds. He was about to take a healthy hit on the sideline, but he does pick up the first down just short of midfield as they went backwards past to Ross Iyer, and then Iyer throwing it backside, to the near side, I should say, back to Fish, and Fish able to pick up that first down for the Warriors. So second trick play we've seen from Lyco, and both of them have been relatively successful.
I just like the idea you see Fish getting out of bounds, remembering, I'm a receiver now. I don't have the protection I have at quarterback. Uh-oh.
Terrence Oliver, sidecar right of Fish. There the shotgun set. Block picked up by Oliver. Fish, his pass attempt to the far side flat is broken up, and now a flag comes in late. Looked like there was a play on the ball.
Yeah, I didn't see anything up here that should have drawn a flag if this is going to be pass interference.
Michael Van Horn was the intended receiver. It looked like number 8, Garrett Carter, was there on coverage. I think they picked up the flag. They haven't marched anything off.
The BB's lined up about 6 yards downfield from the ball right now.
Now he was anticipating a march off of some sort, but not the case. Now the down marker on the far side still says first down. Scoreboard says second down, which I believe it is. Now they flip it over. Oliver the sidecar left. DeBibi in motion, left to right to give the Warriors trips to the right. Pressure coming on the backside. They try to set up the screen. Oliver had to go in and out of his hands, and he got walloped. Just as they exited his hands, he got planted by, number 11. He's either both of them listed as offensive players on Susquehanna's roster, but I'm going to say it was probably Gary Rowe Jr. that just laid the hit.
Yeah, and again, credit to Susquehanna. Again, another hard hit, but another clean hit. I know Lyco's fan base yelling, wanting a flag on that one, but that's exactly what you need to do and make a statement.
So it'll bring up third down and 10 under 9 minutes to play here in the third quarter. 41-0 in favor of the visiting Riverhawks. Zimmerman in motion, now goes back to the right side. Fish got to step up in the pocket, and it just collapses on top of him. Fish brought down. They just brought pressure from the front four, and both ends just met at the quarterback. It'll be fourth down and long, and Michael Sips in the punting unit back out on the field.
Yeah, Keith Fossa, the junior lineman there for Lyco, he just plain got beat on the outside, and the only thing he could have done there was grab a hold and save the sack there. Either way, Lyco's going to be back deep and have to punt.
Susquehanna this year in conference play, outscoring their opponents 58-19. As Sips punt floats, takes a Warrior bounce inside the 20 and rolls towards the 15. And it'll be stopped and down at the 14-yard line. So a nice punt by Michael Sips.
We saw on that one finally off his foot, getting an end over end.
And that a lot of his punts have been bouncing and checking up and taking Susquehanna bounces. But they finally got that favorable roll at the end of the punt. So Lyco and their defense back out on the field. Susquehanna starting to drive at the 14-yard line.
It's the worst field position Susquehanna started with here today. So it's going to be interesting to see what kind of drive they put together, knowing they have a lot of distance to go here. But at the same time, the game's in hand. You want to run some clock, too.
Ehrlich going to go to Howes on a reverse sweep. And Howes got some room to run across the 30. And gets tripped up as he crossed the 40-yard line. Boy, nearly broke that one. Kyle Howes, the senior out of Urbana. They'll give him the 45-yard line. Pickup of about 31 yards on the carry.
Yeah, it was safety Ryan Pence there making the stop for the Warriors and definitely saving a touchdown.
Got to hand it off to Search. Search able to high step through a tackle of Welch down low. Gets across midfield. Progress stopped at about the 47-yard line. Couple Warriors there in the tackle. Looked like Welch was there. Sips was there. But 7 minutes and counting here in the third quarter. Lyco got an interception on their last defensive possession. As Ehrlich in the shotgun. Still has Search to his left. They're going to hand it off. Search, gaping hole up the middle. He's already across the 40, the 35 as he shoulders through a would-be tackler. They're brought down around the 32-yard line, a pickup of 15 yards there by Search.
Now, we're starting to see the adjustments now that Susquehanna has made here at halftime. They're finding a way to get through the middle of the offense. And basically, they're doing it by putting 3 guys on Jake Wells and just manhandling him out of the way.
Search over 500 yards on the ground this season. Talking about Le Mans having over 1,000 yards, over 1,100 yards now. As Ehrlich wants to go to the end zone, far side, he's got a man with a step, but this overthrows Kyle Howes. There, the far side sideline in the end zone.
And Mario Samora on coverage again. He's just getting beat. Every time they go to the corner of the end zone, we're seeing that Howes having a step or two on him. There's not much you can do about that, unfortunately, if you like, other than try to get safety over the top to help out. But that's going to leave the middle of the field wide open as well.
With the incompletion, 6 minutes to play here in the third. It's a second down and 2. Ball on the 32-yard line going in. Trips bunch near side, bottom of the formation. Handoff goes to Search. He cuts back, makes a bad miss in the backfield. Gets up across the 30 to the 29. But again, talk about an opportunity for Lyco to make a play in the backfield. But the elusiveness there by the backs for the Riverhawks, able to gain some positives out of negatives. Wind really continuing to whip here in Williamsport.
Johnson with the tackle.
Yeah, Khalil Johnson was the one in the backfield there, and he came off again. Nice to see he returned to the game, but it looked like he might have aggravated that injury he got in the first half.
5.5 left here in the third quarter. Third down and 7. Search sidecar right. 2 wide receivers each side of the formation. Ehrlich looking left. Going to sling towards the middle. Behind Howes. He's able to reach back and make the catch. Tackled immediately around the 10-yard line. Boy, he leads Howes a little more towards the middle of the field. I think he's into the end zone, but he had to reach back for it and allowed the Lyco defender to catch up and make the tackle.
Simone again that time. Remember, I got beat deep. I got to give him a couple extra steps. That opened up the crossing route that time, and that's something Susquehanna really does a great job of, is adapting the passing routes and the route tree to whatever adjustment the defense is going to make. Oh, we just beat them deep. They're going to adjust deep. Now let's come across shallow on them.
Lyco, I mentioned the top passing defense in the league. They gave up more than their season average through the air in the first half. Here comes the pressure. Ehrlich steps up. He's going to tuck it in, run. A little side step at the 2. Falls forward into the end zone. It's a 10-yard rushing touchdown for Josh Ehrlich. And for Ehrlich, he finds the end zone on the ground for the 8th time this season, extending the Riverhawk lead.
Stephen Goodman in the backfield there. Unfortunately, when he came through with the missed tackle, that spot he was in left the hole for Ehrlich to scamper through to the end zone.
4:28 to play here, the third. First score of the second half belongs to Josh Ehrlich. He's been doing a great job with his feet all day. We've already talked about him slipping through 3 or 4 would-be sacks. This time he just takes it under his own wing and into the end zone from 10 yards out. Extra points good, 48-0 with 4:28 to play in the third. We're back with the kickoff on the home of the Warriors. .428 to play. Susquehanna getting ready to kick this one away. Tyler Marshall deep. Justin still got that prediction.
I still feel good about it. Tyler can get this.
Kickoff going to go towards Marshall. He'll field it about the 5-yard line. Tried to find the wall and got tripped up. Tried to cross the 15-yard line. Nice play there by the special teams for the Riverhawks. It was like number 34 coming through, and Braden Nolan, linebacker out of Newton, New Jersey, just threw that hand in and punched that leg out from underneath Marshall.
Again, Marshall, one cut away. There was an open lane right in front of him.
Feeling like Nostra Hawkins over here. See if he could come through with it. But, again, the only problem with is that means that Lyco's either giving up more points, so that if Marshall can have another opportunity for another kickoff return. But, we'll see. 4:23 to play here in the third quarter. I'd be okay if you found the end zone on a pick six. I'll give you credit for that, because you did say he'll find the end zone today.
I was very careful saying that.
A little Statue of Liberty-esque play. Now they show the reverse. Fish got to put it in the air, and it's going to be incomplete. And Will Fish, at the end of that play, so he let it go. Got hit hard yet again. So Susquehanna now not falling for the trickery, because it was Zimmerman who took the snap, handed it off. It looked like an ire that he went to Fish. And on the reverse, that Fish tried to put it up and went across field, and lucky it wasn't intercepted. Threw into double coverage. But second down and 10, ball in the 18. Fish still at that quarterback for Lyco. He's going to switch Oliver to the left. Hand off to the right side. And a short gain for Oliver up to about the 21-yard line and pick up a 3. And Oliver coming into play, 41 rushing yards from 1,000.
Drew Robinson.
Oliver had 13 there in the first half. A 3:47 to play. Third down and 10. Well, say third down and 10. Third down about 7. Pass near side, going to be caught by Kopic at the 25. Gets upfield to the 30-yard line, and there to slam down at about the 32-yard line. Good enough for a first down plus. So Kopic having a nice day here. Went over 1,000 yards in his career in receiving. Has converted a couple third downs, picked up a couple first downs with his runs after the catch.
Yeah, and Kopic's another one of those Warriors that, again, I think it goes back to what we talked at halftime with the question marks around the quarterback position. He really had a quiet year. We're expecting this to be a year he was going to step up.
Yeah, he had such a great year last year. The handoff up the middle, Spencer Ferguson. On the carry up to the 34, pick up 2 yards. Clock winds under 3 minutes to play. May start seeing some different faces, some different numbers here as we close in on the fourth quarter. Good see it on both sides of the football.
That's what I was just saying about. I think Susquehanna, because of playing for seeding right now, they have to wait for Lycoming to start making the subs before Susquehanna will respond.
Terrence Oliver in the backfield. Kopic in motion left to right for Lyco. Fish going to roll right. Fires right, and it's going to be broken up. Kopic had a step behind 2 Riverhawks, but I think it was the trail defender, I believe number 2, it looked like Andrew Wells, the senior defensive back out of Nazareth, may have gotten a hand on it just to bat it away. But if that snuck through, there was nobody between Kopic and the end zone.
Yeah, I mean, but that was still a great throw by Fish. Even having it knocked away at the last second, to fit it in where he did was still an impressive move.
Yeah, it took an athletic play there by Wells to get a hand in there and break that up. But it'll be 3rd down and 8. Shotgun set, trips to the right. Oliver in the backfield to Beebe, lone wide receiver, bottom of the formation left. They're now coming across for Susquehanna, Jake Schultes.
I mean, he's pointing at the Lyco offensive line, but I didn't see any movement from that side of the line at all.
The Stripes will huddle. And we'll see what they come up with. See if they saw what Schultes saw. And they did. So a false start against Lyco. And we'll definitely be interested to see, go to the replay here in a second. See if there was a slight movement there on the offensive line that Schultes saw and came across. Schultes in his grad year at a Gateway Regional. Hometown of Winona, New Jersey. And in motion right to left, that's Zimmerman for Lyco. 3rd down and 13, pass near side and incomplete. Not coming back, not on the same page with Zimmerman as he's looking back towards Fish, palms to the sky. And we've seen that a couple times here today.
The closest receiver to that was Ross Iyer, who's standing on the sideline, not in the game currently when that came through. Going back to that false start, was able to rewatch it there, and it was the left tackle, Chris Osterman, definitely did flinch, which drew the offside. So, right call there.
2:11 to play here in the 3rd quarter. Sips down to punt it away. Last time punting this direction had a pretty good bounce and roll. Spiraling punt. Going to be fielded, and Schermeyer there quickly to make the hit for Lycoming College. No return on that punt. It was fielded and held on to, I believe, by Connor Daly, number 20, the junior out of Delran, New Jersey.
Yeah, I'm surprised no even attempt at making a fair catch signal on that one. That wasn't a long punt by any means. You should expect the pressure to be on you.
So for Susquehanna, leading 48-0 with 2 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. Looking like we have a change at quarterback. And we do. And a handoff and a heavy finish to that tackle. Yeah, that quarterback now for Susquehanna, Bobby Croyle, number 11, a senior, out of Percasey, PA, in Penridge High School. That last carry by number 21, Drew Hutchins, a sophomore out of Hagerstown, Maryland, and St. John's. A couple new wide receivers in it as well for Susquehanna. 90 seconds to play here in the 3rd quarter. Left-handed release. They dump it off far side. Flat at first, down inside Lyco territory. Out of bounds at the 46-yard line. It's Hutchins out of the backfield to take the pass from Bobby Croyle.
And much like we were talking about halftime at Lycoming, Susquehanna's in the same boat. This is now an opportunity for them to see what they have for the future as well, because obviously in the postseason, you don't want to find yourself in a situation where you could be putting the backups in.
Drew Hutchins playing in his 6th game of the season, averaging 8.9 yards a carry, a couple touchdowns, 35 yards per game. Is going to hand it off to Hutchins. He got hit by one of his own offensive linemen, and maybe forward progress to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd down and 10. First at game action this year that I've written down for Bobby Croyle. Tommy Wright has got some playing time for Susquehanna, sophomore quarterback out of Haverford.
For Croyle, though, and he is the senior quarterback. This is the last opportunity he has in the regular season, at least, to get into a ball game.
Sends a man in motion, right to left. Croyle, southpaw, far side sideline, has a man inside the 30-yard line. And the tackle up around the 20-yard line after a nice run after the catch. Pulling that one in, looks to be number 17, Robert Stolfa. Stolfa, sophomore out of Shrewsbury, New Jersey, and Red Bank Catholic. And that'll be the final play of the third quarter. We played 3 here in Williamsport. Susquehanna leading Lycoming College 48-0 here on Flow Sports. Start of the fourth quarter. David Parsons Field at Girardi Stadium. Susquehanna with a football, 1st and 10 at the Lyco 20-yard line. Croyle fires out to the far side, flat with a block on the edge, able to spring the ball carrier inside the 10, inside the 5, and ushered out of bounds. Number 12 is Sean Kane, a sophomore out of Hartford County, Maryland.
Kane, when he went in motion, he came really close to getting called for false starts. It looked like to me he started going forward into the motion instead of coming back and then going.
Kane going to stay in the ball game, split bottom of the formation left. It's like a single back set coming up. Drew Hutchins. Now they go to an I formation with Croyle under center. Handoff goes to the fullback into the end zone for a touchdown. It's a big man, number 53. I believe that's Nick Gonzalez, the grad year player out of Verona, New Jersey.
Nick Gonzalez with the touchdown.
Love Big Ben scoring. I mean, you can just see the whole Susquehanna sideline waiting there to congratulate him for getting in the end zone.
So Gonzalez gets the touchdown, celebrates on the far sideline with the rest of his Riverhawks teammates. Makes it 54-0 with the extra point coming up. On for the extra point, number 16, Christian Colasordo, senior kicker. And strong kick, and it is good.
I think a little bit of flop action. But, hey, you know, end of the season, have a little fun with it before you head into the playoffs.
So 14:25 to play. A little comic relief. Always a good thing. We're back with the ensuing kickoff here on the home of the Warriors. Looks like Brandon Shire teeing it up to kick it away for Susquehanna. Shire averaging 57 yards at kickoff, has 1 touchback this season. Right-footed kick, end over end. Got to be fielded inside the 20-yard line at about the 17-yard line by Zimmerman. And he got chopped down as he crossed the 30-yard line. And Zimmerman, a little bit of a limp favoring that right leg. Took a shot right about the thigh as he was coming across the 30-yard line. They'll spot him up to the 33.
So Zimmerman's been taking some hard shots here today on offense and now on special teams as well.
Gambone has been a part of some of the trick plays. Had that really nice throw downfield. A little bit of a toss pass, if you will. With 14:21 to play. And for the Warriors, down 55-0. Snap back, a new quarterback in. His first pass in and out of the hands of the usually sure-handed Dawson DeBeebe. That's Joe Lyons III, the freshman quarterback out of Atlantic City. His first pass incomplete.
Yeah, I mean, that's something. DeBeebe this year has had a lot of those passes that right in his hands. Normally, no problem pulling them in, and we've seen them bounce off his fingertips.
For Lyons, I believe this is his first action here in 2024. Seen Vaughn Belfort as well. Handoff, Terrence Oliver, near side. He's at the 40, cuts back inside the 45, and goes out of bounds right around midfield. So a nice pickup there by Terrence Oliver of about 17 yards. So up to, I believe, about 37 yards on the afternoon. Ken trying to become the first 1,000-yard running back since 2015 and needed 41 yards coming into play today. Oliver sidecar left, takes the handoff, has some room up the middle across the 45 up to about the 43-yard line. Pick up of 7 yards.
And this is where we're starting to see now with Lycoming. Now that Susquehanna's put the second-team defense in, it's more of a standard matchup here for the Warriors.
Oliver going to come to the sideline, near side. He's been favoring that right arm
Number 30, Ben Renero,
this afternoon. So I think with that 7-yard pickup, it's going to get him over that 1,000-yard mark. Get some hugs on the sideline here near side. Hands off, no, play action, a throw to the near side flat. Boy, it looked like the defender got there a little bit early. Number 47, Brandon Cotter, the junior junior tight end at a Council Rock South was the intended target.
Vin Renero there in coverage for the Riverhawks, and yeah, I agree. I mean, that was very early of a hit, but again, this late in the ballgame, the score the way it is, those 50-50 calls, more often than not, you'll see the refs keep it in the pocket, and let's just keep the game going. 44
yards on the afternoon for Terrence Oliver. Put him at 1,003 rushing yards for the season. So again, becoming that first Lyco running back since 2015, and Blake Bowman to go for 1,000 yards in a single season. Pass near side, almost intercepted. Somehow it's caught here near side by Carson Klein. First time we've said his name this afternoon. And he gets up the sideline just short of the 30-yard line.
And Lyon's doing a great job there, just threading the needle. I don't know how he was able to sneak that one through and get it without being deflected. Lyons, it's early, it's against the second-team defense, but he's showing a lot of skill and poise there at the quarterback position, knowing, hey, I'm making my debut against the number 6 team in the country.
Shotgun, hands it off, goes to Schermeyer. Schermeyer tried to bounce it to the left side, but a nice play to shed the block and make the tackle by Luke Hughes, the junior linebacker out of Berks Catholic, a PA native. Now the Reading area.
A couple of times we've seen Schermeyer here this year. This is his 10th game played. He only had 7 carries coming into play today. He is very, very hard to bring down. We talked about halftime. Lyco maybe looking for the second back option where it's hard-nosed, hard-running running back. Schermeyer could make a case here for him to be that option in 25.
Schermeyer sidecar right, takes the handoff. Back to the line of scrimmage after initial contact. Keeps the legs churning across the 30 to the 29 and pick up 2 yards by Schermeyer. I say Schermeyer here this season, playing in his 10th game. Not a lot of carries, averaging about 1.7 a yard carry. But, I'm right there with you. I think he could be the opportunity to be that hard-nosed runner here in 2025.
That's an area Lyco struggled with this year with short yard situations. That could be the solution they look for.
Joe Lyons in the shotgun. He's got trips to his left. Flags fly on the snap. Now it looks like a false start against Lyco. Move them back 5 yards with 11:05 to play here in the ballgame. 55-0 in favor of Susquehanna. Both teams into their depth here at this point of the ballgame.
So we were talking at halftime about the Wilkes-Moravian matchup. Wilkes just now running away with that. They're now up 47-14, and what was looking like it was going to be a back-and-forth matchup.
Imagine there was a pick 6 in there by Wilkes. It was shortly after a touchdown. So using that defense is a great way to turn a game on its ear. After Wilkes able to do that, coming at 6-3 this into the ballgame today. Has what a way to avoid the sack by Lyons. Eyes downfield, had a man around the 25, but not able to be hauled in. And I think that was Kopic.
Yeah,
it was open.
Kopic kind of gave up on the play. He thought sure that Lyons was going down for the sack, and then realized, oh crap, he's still on his feet. I need to go.
Yeah, well, Lyons listed at 5'10", 175. He was able just to duck that sack attempt. Defender went up high. And he was able to roll through it. Really nice evasion of that would-be sack. And then to have the presence of mind to find a target downfield. That was a really nice play there by Joe Lyons. Unfortunately not hauled in. 4th down and 13. Man in motion, Carson Klein. Lyons going to go near side. He's got to BB across the 20-yard line. Should be a first down. It will be to the 19-yard line. Yeah, that was a strike by Joe Lyons.
That was a great timing play there as well. Lyons took the snap, and as soon as he had the ball, he was going. He knew where the BB was going to be on that one.
John Krudensky with the tackle.
So a nice job there for DeBeebe. Hauling that one in. And DeBeebe, another guy who's doing a nice job. Needed 61 yards to become number 15 all-time at Lycoming College. Passing Brad Schallenberger, who had 1,279 yards through his career, which wrapped up in 2009. Lyons near side on the rollout. Able to find Kopic around the 10-yard line. That pass completed. Pickup of around 8 yards as they spot him at the 11-yard line.
And this is really what all year Lyco was looking for at quarterback. And again, it's against the second team. We don't know if you throw lines to the Wolves against the first team defense, what would happen. But just these quick hitters, get the ball moving, and that's going to open up the running back lanes as well.
For DeBeebe, a touchdown in each of his last 4 games. He's going to go in motion. Well, just shifting sides of the formation in the slot to the left. Handoff goes to Schermeyer. Tries to bounce it to the right side and gets tripped up Brought down around the 10-yard line to pick up a 1. It'll be 3rd down and wide. Lyco needs to get inside the 10-yard line for a 1st down. Under 9 minutes to play here in the ball game. Clock continues to run after the carry.
You mentioned with BB, 73 yards in reception today, leading the team. Longest of 42, that came off the pass from Zimmerman on the trick play.
So again, moving into 15th all-time in career receiving yards here at Lycoming College. Hand off again. Boy, Schermeyer, there's just nowhere to run. That Riverhawks defense just blasting their way through. Tommy Wright.
Romero with the tackle.
I say Ben Romero with the tackle. Looks like number 13, but again, some of these numbers not necessarily the easiest to pick up on, but a nice play there. It'll be 4th down and 2. Clock continues to wind, closing in on 8 minutes to play. Lions in the offense, staying out. Sidecar left, trips left. Man in motion, left to right, Kopic. Lions going to roll to his. He's got Kopic, release for the 1st down. Kopic throws the foot in the ground and out of bounds at the 5. It'll be 1st and goal for the Warriors.
Nice job there by Lions as well, recognizing when the pressure was coming, immediately start rolling out away from the pressure. He knew he was going to get blitzed from that right side.
I know this isn't the first teamers for Susquehanna, but I do like the poise and just the body language and everything from Joe Lyons here. Getting his opportunity, that's all you need sometimes. Get that opportunity, go out, show what you can do, and maybe find your name in the mix next year. Flag, or at least whistles, and a timeout taken by Susquehanna with 7:21 to play. Here in the 4th quarter, 55-0 in favor of the Riverhawks. We're back with the resumption of play here on the home of the Warriors. Coming out of the timeout taken by Susquehanna. 1st and goal, ball at the 4-yard line. Lyco trying to get on the scoreboard. Down 55-0. Lions pass to Beebe. Touchdown, Warriors. Inside slant, Dawson DeBebe makes it 5 straight games with a receiving touchdown. Here for Joe Lyons, his first collegiate passing touchdown. And it gets the Warriors on the board here in the 4th quarter.
I think Lyons, first off, he put together an amazing drive. And there's the cannon we've been waiting for all day. But he made the right reads all the way down. He recognized the pressure pre-snap, rolled the way he needed to roll, got himself out of bad situations like the potential sack he ducked. That's the best, honestly, today we've seen a Lyco quarterback look.
And for Flack, the extra point is good. 55-7 with 7:17 to play. Lyco on the scoreboard here in the season finale against Susquehanna here on Flow Sports. Kyle Flack for just the second time this afternoon. Got to kick one away for Lycoming College. His first was the opening kickoff of the ball game. Ball stays on the tee. Flack bounces it down the field. Got through one set of hands, but picked up around the 25-yard line. Return up across the 35 to about the 37-yard line. So for Susquehanna, giving up a score, not pitching the shutout here this afternoon. It's Lyco able to get on the board. And, we were talking there in the break, Justin. Joe Lyons, we understand the situation. But, again, I thought that was a really, really good drive that he put together. Both his ability to throw the football was pretty impressive.
Yeah, and I mean, like you said, you have to take it with a grain of salt what happened there. He's against second-team defense. But it doesn't matter if you're playing first team or second team, you can still look at it as the decisions he made, the reads he made. That doesn't matter.
Hand off on the first play from scrimmage. A short gain of about 2 yards for the Riverhawks. And that ball carried by D.K. White, senior running back out of York Catholic. And at quarterback, Tommy Wright, number 13. And Haverford. Speaking of Haverford, Lycoming men's basketball taking on Haverford. 6 o'clock tonight at Lamedy Gymnasium. You can catch that right here on Flow Sports. White with a heavy stiff arm, able to try to turn the corner near side around the 40-yard line. Got pushed out of bounds around the 43. So a pickup of about 4 yards. It'll be third down for the Riverhawks. Clock continues to wind.
It was Simone who was the one receiving that stiff arm. That's not something you see every day. Simone getting just shoved down to the turf like that. So third different quarterback we've seen from Susquehanna today. Plethora of running backs as well. White's playing in his 6th game. Has a couple rushing touchdowns this season. Pass near side and out of the hands of the intended receiver, Sean Kane, who had a catch for a pretty decent gain on the last drive for Susquehanna. Clock stops, 5:58 to play. It'll be 4th down and 4. And the punting unit for Susquehanna coming out. I believe this is the first time today they'll bring the punting unit out. They're Lyco right now, when they got, they're into the depth situation. Trying to, not sure who to put out there. Looks like it's going to be number 9 back, Aiden Bartlett. The Hughesville product. Pressure being brought, but punt wobbly, angled far side. Checks up, rolls back to the 39 where it'll be downed. Yeah, Lyco and Joe Lyons the third. Going to bring the offense back out with 5:49 to play, down 55-7. But again, just trying to maybe earn some consideration in these off-season thought processes from Coach Clark and the coaching staff. Right, and there's going to be some question marks for next year at quarterback as well. I mean, Will Fish, obviously, we know he's now completed his final game here today. Had some question marks around him this year, and you saw Coach Clark multiple times on the sidelines not happy with his quarterback play. If Lyons comes out here and he puts together a second drive like he did his first one, I think he's definitely in the conversation for 25.
Hand off, they try the near side, not much doing. Maybe a pickup of a yard. He's like Schermeyer still out there.
And that goes back to what I was saying about Schermeyer during the last drive. I mean, he was contacted 3 yards behind and able just to manhandle that pile for a gain of 1 is very impressive. And honestly, an option I don't know if we get out of Oliver or Benson.
Lyco with 4 wide receivers. I agree with that. Benson, he had that strong freshman year, just wasn't able to capture that magic here in 2024 as a sophomore. Hand off again. This one, it looks like Ferguson. Spencer Ferguson tripped up, falls forward up to the 42-yard line. Another short gain. It'll be third down and about 6.
Number 44.
But they have 4 wide receivers out there for Lyco. They opt to keep it on the ground, keeps the clock running. Under 5 minutes to play. I mean, I want to see Lyons throw the football a little bit more here.
Howie Shiner now in at running back here for the Warriors. 5'8", 230 freshman.
Two wide receivers, both sides of the formation. I don't believe it, but DeBeebe on the sideline. There he is near side helmet off. Lyon steps up, slings it in, and a diving catch by Carson Klein up around the 48-yard line. Boy, he had pressure in his face to Joe Lyons. He somehow found a lane, and he snuck it in there. And I think Carson Klein in that diving attempt, that was the only spot where Lyons could put that football with a chance to complete it.
Yeah, and I mean, keep in mind, Lyons is only 5'10". His ability to see through his linemen that are honestly taller than he is, and the Susquehanna linemen taller than that yet, to be able to see through all that and find that one slither of a passing lane and feed it right through is very impressive.
And again, really nice play there. Carson Klein, the junior wide receiver out of Clearfield. There's a 1,000-yard receiver in high school. There at Clearfield area. Handoff goes to Shiner up the middle, lowers the shoulder, bounces off of one defender and rolls to the 40-yard line, and that got the Lyco sideline hyped. These guys, they're here every day, putting the work in. Sometimes they're the tackling dummy. But guess what? They get that opportunity, and they're taking their best. Hey, Shiner's
out there pounding his chest after that run.
But a nice job there by Shiner. Give it Lyco the first down to the 38-yard line of Susquehanna. Going to go right back to Shiner. And not as much this one, but still able to fight forward for about 2 yards. Clock under 3 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter.
Shiner, just watching him run the way he runs, I'm seeing a lot of like Mike Allscott out of him. Just big, bulldoze your way through. The only thing missing is the giant neck roll.
Leave it to the Buccaneers fan.
Am I wrong?
For the Mike Allstott reference. No, I'm not wrong. No, you're not wrong. I like the name drop. Lyons going to go right back to Shiner. It squares up a defender at the line of scrimmage, rolls off of him, gets across to the 35-yard line and pick up a 7. He's that guy that you don't want to tackle all day long.
No.
These are some bruising runs. But, I mean, I'll say that run he had for a first down a couple carries ago, the balance, to roll, not only take the hit, but to roll off of it, keep the feet going, and to stay up. You usually see guys bounce and they roll, and all of a sudden they're diving forward. I mean, he was looking downfield for big yardage. Timeout on the field with 2:04 to play here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, it was. I think the teams were expecting the 2-minute timeout. Is this an official timeout?
Yeah, they're going to wind the clock to go to the 2-minute timeout. We'll take another timeout as well. Lyco trailing 55-7 here on Flow Sports. Two minutes left of the ball game. Lyco down 55-7, but Joe Lyons trying to orchestrate back-to-back scoring drives for the Lycoming College Warriors. Shotgun set. He's got Ferguson sidecar right. Looking left, goes far side, sideline. Hit Ayers in the hand. It was a little high, maybe a touch behind Ross Ayers. It's off his hands, maybe got the helmet as well, goes incomplete. That'll bring up fourth down.
And for the Lions, that's really the first pass we saw that wasn't immediately on target. And when Ayers went up to get it, he was contacted, but from behind as well. It's tough to bring it in when it's already a high pass and you're getting contact.
Now Ross Ayers, another guy, you don't want to be overly critical, but at the same time, I thought he had he had a good freshman year. Was looking for some big things, but again, the quarterback play for Lyco being as suspect as it was, a lot of these wide receivers affected by it. Joe Lyons sends Carson Klein in motion. Trips to the left, takes it out of the shotgun. A 4th and 4. He's got a man inside the 10-yard line and a little too far for Billy Kopic. Great read, got one-on-one downfield. It was just a little too much on that pass. And it goes incomplete. It's the 3rd turnover on downs for Lyco's offense here this afternoon. Susquehanna takes over 1st and 10, ball on their own 35-yard line. I guess a couple handoffs send this one home.
Yeah, and that long pass, too, that was throwing with the wind. That could have been part two. Just the wind carried a little too much. He got that very high up in the air when he let that one go. But still, nice showing here by Lions and the little bit of limited playing time he got today.
Handoff, short gain. Pick up there by White. So again for Susquehanna, probably 1 or 2 more handoffs. But we'll wrap this one up. We'll have some bills to pay after this one goes final. Then we'll come back, wrap it up. And just the first of 3 broadcast games here at a Lyco Sports triple header this afternoon.
Play clock now just getting down to 10 seconds before Susquehanna even sets on the ball.
1:10 to play. Man in motion left to right. Play clock down to 2, down to 1. And we'll take the snap. Hands off and just a little short gain up the middle. Clock goes under 60 seconds. After that, pickup of about 1 yard. Get White on the carry. They start the play clock, so there's a difference of about 14 seconds between the two.
Game clock just now going under 40, though, so Susquehanna does only need to snap it one more time.
So for Susquehanna, going to finish the regular season 9-1, a perfect 6-0 inside the landmark. For Lyco, they'll go 4-6 on the season and 2-4 inside the landmark. As Susquehanna celebrates on the far side sideline, a perfect conference year as they have already captured the landmark title in 2024 and on to the tournament in the Division III football playoffs. We follow them, obviously, out of the landmark being the representative, but the team will be pulling for. Final score 55-7 in favor of the number 6 team in the land, the Susquehanna Riverhawks over your Lycoming College Warriors. We'll take a quick timeout, back and wrap this one up here on Flow Sports.